Hello, and welcome back to the table.
So last week, I, Chris Zito, was very inspired by your magic plastic surgery, so I went and had my face changed to the second most attractive face in the office. Thank you, Grant. Didn't want to depose you.
I think the surgeons did a bang-up job. You look. It's like being.
They even got into your vocal cords too. It's a shame that you had to lose the hat. I heard that it was.
Yeah, it was surgically. It was attached, and they had to when they were doing the skin grafts. It had to go.
I never wear hats, so it wouldn't work either.
Yeah. None of us could take it.
What sort of deceptive disguise would that be?
My hair is too big for hats. It makes my head look small.
Welcome, everybody, to a very special one-shot. Zito is still moving and working on Chapter 4. So last week we got our fun island getaway adventure, just very relaxed and, just good fun
Check it
stuff.
out. It's definitely rated G for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And this week I will be taking the DM spot, and we have special guest here, usually our cameraman and tech guy for these streams, live, scare quotes, live studio, Brian. And we're also going to be playing with a different system here today. We'll take a second to talk about that.
I've never tried this one out, but it looks
Yeah.
fun.
Yep. This is called Monster of the Week by Evil Hat Press. It's based on the Apocalypse World system, and it's instead of a D20 system, you roll 2 D6s for everything. We went over some of the rules stuff earlier. We don't have to go through it all here, but it's a little more loosey-goosey. And you know what? One thing that I forgot to mention when we were going over the rules. So one thing that I really like in 5e that is not present in this system is the advantage-disadvantage system. Mm-hmm. So to kind of bring that in, I've decided if I give you advantage on something, roll 3 d6s and drop the lowest.
Okay.
If you get disadvantage, roll 3 d6s and drop the highest.
I'm gonna need one more D6. Grant,
Yeah.
I assume you have some as a
I
rogue.
got a bunch over here if you need it.
3 in
Wow,
this
how is
whole
that
you go.
possible? You do backs. Actually, no, you rarely do sneak attacks.
box. When I do, I just roll the 3 twice.
That's fair. Thank you.
Yeah, are you set, Brian? Because I do have.
If you don't mind giving me a...
Yeah, sure. Here you go. Yeah, I've got plenty over here. I did not realize how many largish D6s Zito keeps over here.
Funny enough, I have 4 D20s over here, but only 1 D6. I have to keep swapping them out because the one is too good. And by the way, kudos, Ben, on finding a system that has crippled me and taken away my greatest advantage.
D20s for you.
No more magical D20.
Yeah. The other bit of homebrew tweaking I've done to this system is that, for those who might be familiar with it, typically in the system, the players do all the rolling. The DM never rolls. I've decided that the one exception to that is if you're rolling to investigate or anything that would give you information, I will do the rolls hidden behind
if
the DM
you're doing a
screen.
yes or no question,
Yeah.
it's like you rolled low. No.
Yeah, is this person lying? Well, you rolled a 2. Yeah, he's telling the truth.
One only tells lies, the other tells truth. Which door shall you enter?
Yeah, but the way the system works is for just about everything, you roll 2d6, add your relevant stat. A 10 plus is an unmitigated success, a 7 to 9 is a mixed success, and a 6 or below is a miss or a failure.
I see we each have stats here ranging from charm, cool, sharp, tough, weird.
Yep. Cool is in the sense of cool under pressure, not
keeping
like
your cool.
style, yeah.
No, it's very Fantasy Flight. They have a cool stat, and I'm like, nah, roll for cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, gentlemen, presented for your consideration, Charles Holland Koch. As part of a hostage extraction team in the Euphemistan War, Koch witnessed an ordinary civilian hostage kill a dozen heavily armed terrorists with her bare hands. That hostage had been taken over by something inhuman. On that day, Koch knew that there was another world beyond and beneath the familiar one. And he had a mission. The people must know. Under the authority of the Army and funded by a National Science Foundation research grant, Koch created the Department for the Investigation of Extraordinary Threats. But 1 year ago, his funding mysteriously dried up. Forced into early retirement and without official support, Koch resolved to continue his research into the world beyond. Charles Holland Koch, former Special Army intelligence agent, played here by Brian. You now get off the airport bus in Sedona, Arizona. Again, if we have any Arizonans in the audience, a heavily fictionalized Sedona, Arizona. Get off the bus in downtown Sedona, Arizona. It's a bright, beautiful day out. If any of you have ever been to Sedona, it is beautiful. That's why it gets so many tourists. Red rocks.
Brought to you by the Tourist Foundation for Sedona, Arizona.
Yeah. The rest is based on Flagstaff, which, ask me about Flagstaff sometime. That's where I went to college. It's real good. 2 days ago, you received a large anonymous donation to your latest Patreon, which actually that's something else that should come up here. This is set in a, again, fictionalized. Patreon exists. Late 90s, early 2000s. The internet is a thing that exists.
Help me explore the
Yeah.
supernatural. Give me money.
A lot, pretty much, yeah.
This sounds like a noble cause.
Yeah, after he lost the that fat NSF funding, turned to crowdfunding.
So I went from Professor Broom to Matt Moneymaker.
Yeah.
Oh, when do you get your True TV series?
So yes,
Animal Planet.
crowdfunding became a thing a little early in this slightly fictionalized world, but other than that, the internet's a thing, but lots of people still have dial-up, and smartphones simply do not exist.
Wait so long for your porn.
Yep, it's unfortunate.
Those were dark times.
So you received a large anonymous donation and a cryptic message that said to go to Sedona, Arizona, and seek out Mama Fortuna, because the people must know. And as you get off this bus, you weren't able to find anything about her on the internet. She's not listed in the phone book. You had no idea how you were supposed to track her down. But as soon as you get off this bus, it becomes pretty obvious, because in downtown Sedona, which is this long, along the downtown strip, just this row of, tourist shops, knick-knack shops, you see in bright glowing neon, Mama Fortuna on this storefront. And then underneath that, with a neon eyeball, under that, a smaller hand-painted sign says, Psychic, Fortunes Told, Lost, People/Things/Pets Found, Seances, Tarot. The light, this neon light is on, but the door is closed and there are shades in all the windows. And also out in front of this shop, you see a large SUV, a Hummer, with Xavier County Sheriff imprinted along the side of it. And you see a gentleman in a sheriff's uniform get out of that Hummer. And as he turns around, you actually recognize him. It is Grant's character, Sheriff Buckeye Oates. You know him as Sergeant Buckeye Oates, your old war buddy from the Euphemistan War. What do you do?
I go straight to good old Buck. Say hi. Sergeant Buckeye Oates, is that you?
I'm sorry, I'm just here. Wait a minute, is that... Holland, is that you?
Yeah.
Well, goddamn, how long's it been?
Since the war, since that hostage situation. Oh my God, so much sand, right?
You know what? This is kind of the last place I expected to see you here. I feel like I was more or less dragged out here because, I don't know, it just seems like there's some sort of missing pet or something. Seems like a very, not worth my time, but this is some of the last days I got here. Might as well check in, see what's up. Be more work to ignore it than not go.
Well, look at you, Sheriff, huh? Always protecting the little folks, huh?
Well, I just do what I can to get by and serve the old red, white, and blue. How about you? What have you been up to?
Where to begin? Well, I don't know if you remember, but I was running a small department a while ago, and I'll be honest with you, Oates, money dried up, and I had to take an early retirement.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What brings you out here?
Believe it or not, this. And I point to Mama Fortuna's signage, and I got a generous donation from a Miss Mama Fortuna and told me to come here. And what do you know? I run into you.
It's quite the coincidence.
Yeah?
We should probably go in and check out then. I wonder what they're calling us here for.
Well, after you, Sarge.
Thank you very much, Coke. I step in.
I follow.
The door is locked.
Oh.
Well, this is embarrassing. You're the sheriff, and you were my superior officer, so...
I knock on the door. Excuse me, sheriff. Was told there'd be people here. Anyone inside?
So a longer time than seems usual goes by with no response.
This doesn't make much sense. Someone must have just left the door locked. Let's go check around back, see if there's any other ways in.
All right.
As soon as you start like turning the corner to go around back, which being a Sedona native, you remember your mind must be elsewhere. That would be a bad idea. Everything in the
It's just one big strip.
well, it's just one big strip, and out back of the strip is a cliff.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's not really everything's kind of built on the edge of this cliff down into this ravine. There's not really any back to get to, but as you go around to see if maybe, there might be a side entrance, you don't know.
I'm not a structural engineer, but that sounds like a bad idea.
That sounds like a bad idea, but this is not fictionalized. That's what down
Yeah, I know.
at least
I'm
part of
saying that
yeah.
as a Sedona. Careful.
Yeah. It's a really neat town, but it's weird.
So what's the backyard like? Ah!
So as you're turning the corner, like about to give up and try something else, you hear a voice calling from inside, like through the window of this glass door. I'm sorry, we're closed.
Oh, hello. It's me, the sheriff. I believe I was told that there had been an emergency here, and I'd been asked to investigate the area.
You hear the deadbolt unlatch, and the door opens, and you see this woman who looks older than God. And she's calling up the stairs. Aaron, I told you to turn off the sign. I'm very sorry. The sign, is the sign lit up? This woman's wearing dark glasses. It seems like she might be blind. And she's wearing just like a tattered bathrobe and slippers.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Are you Mama Fortuna? Is this you?
Yes, I'm Mama Fortuna.
Yeah, I'd heard that your grandchild's parakeet, something had happened to it. I was here. I'd been called in to ask what was going on.
Oh, you're from the sheriff's office.
Yes, that's me. I'm the sheriff.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, come in, dearies.
Yes, also, this is my associate, Holland Coke. Mr. Coke, this is I believe you know each other, but this is Madame Fortuna.
Yes, Madam Fortuna, it's Charles Koch. You sent me that message to come down here.
I'm sorry. Are you with the sheriff's office as well?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Come, sit down. She ushers you in, closes the door behind you, locks the shock back up, calls up again up the stairs. Aaron, I need you to come down and turn off the sign, dearie. And she sits down in a big, overstuffed. There's a table with a red tablecloth with a fringe around it. There's not actually a crystal ball in the middle of this little round table, but it seems like there should be.
The sign that she's talking about being turned on, is that in the vicinity? Can I see it?
You did see that the neon sign that says Mama Fortuna's with the eyeball outside the door was turned on.
Okay. Well, I was just asking if it was in the room. I'd just be like, oh, don't let him worry about it. I'll go ahead and flip off the switch for you, ma'am. Just being a good old boy.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find the switch. You can follow down from the sign. You can follow the cord, and there's one of those little switches on the cord. You're able to turn it off just fine.
Go ahead. There we go. Just make sure we don't have anybody bothering us. So, ma'am, if you could go ahead and tell me what happened here, and I can go ahead and be underway with the investigation.
Yes. Well, my dear granddaughter Erin, she's visiting from England, and she brought her lovely little pet parakeet Bitty with her. And oh, this is so embarrassing. Usually, I'm the person who finds lost pets, but you see, Bitty, he's very special, and I feel ever since he's been about, my connection to the world beyond has been stronger, and without him, I can't seem to access the spirit world.
Oh, that's all right, ma'am. Pets can sometimes have a calming effect on the people around them, and usually can enhance their just their daily lives and such. So it makes perfect sense that having a familiar friend around no longer be here might affect you. Do you have any idea about its last whereabouts, where it might have gone?
Well, Erin was the last person to see him. She's taken such a shine to him ever since she's been here, and the two have just bonded, and it's so lovely. Erin, won't you come down, please? I don't know if she can hear. Would you mind going and checking on Erin for me? She's just up the stairs is her bedroom.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. I'd be happy to. This sounds like I need to speak with Erin myself a bit about this biddy as well.
Would you want some backup, Sarge?
I'm sure it'll be fine. How about you stay down here and keep Mama Fortuna company, and I'll see how things are going upstairs.
Roger that.
I start heading upstairs.
So you head up the stairs, and the front shop portion of the building that you had been in was very clearly made up for tourists. It had stuff for sale. Also smelled like a head shop. Lots of incense.
All right.
But as you go up, this is clearly where the two of them live, and it's much smaller, shabbier, a little more cramped. It's like a loft up above the shop portion. And you see a door that's ajar to one door that's closed that seems to lead to like a master bedroom, and then another that leads to a second bedroom. That door is ajar, and it has a little like colored pencil drawing, Erin's room right there.
I do a little knock, not quite on the door, but on kind of like the wall next to the door, just to, Xavier County Sheriff, is anyone inside? May I speak to, I'm looking for Erin.
Yeah.
Erin, so Erin actually comes out,
Peeks out the door. Hello.
yeah, actually real quick before you come in. So Erin comes out and says it's this young girl, maybe 10 years old, who she's wearing a denim jumper and has one of those really bad haircuts you see little girls have sometimes that's like, you think they were going for a pixie cut, but they wound up somewhere between a bowl cut and a mullet.
All right, okay.
She says, "Oh, yes. Oh, Grandmama said that the sheriff would be coming. I'm so happy. Yes, you see, I've been praying to God to bring back my lovely pet parakeet Bitty, and I said that I would do anything, just absolutely anything, if he would send a messenger to help me find my pet parakeet, and here you are. I told God I would do anything." And then a crack of thunder, a blinding white flash, and you blink your eyes, and this girl is different. Her eyes are blank white. Her posture is different. She's standing much straighter, not slouched like a child. And her denim jumper has been replaced by a perfect white three-piece suit and tie, and she is barefoot. And you hear, as the crack of thunder is fading,
"This vessel is willing."
And yes, go right ahead.
It's so sticky. It's always so sticky. Oh, hello.
Erin?
Yes. Erin. This is my name. Sorry. You are?
I just introduced myself. It's me, Sheriff Oates. You were so excited to see me a moment ago.
Yeah. Sorry. I sudden case of throat and brain thing.
You know,
Very common in. I look around the room. Can I investigate to see if there's anything to indicate where I'm from?
Sure, do an investigate a mystery roll.
Investigating a mystery.
It's plus sharp.
Plus sharpness. That is a 6.
A 6. You're fairly sure you're on Earth.
It's very common in looking around Disneyland.
Poor thing must just be out of her wits with the loss of this parrot. Well,
Yes.
don't worry, darling. Everything's gonna be fine. I might not be God, but I'll do my best to find your little bitty. All right?
No, you're not God.
You're correct. Now, Erin, darling, can you tell me the last time you saw Bitty?
Yes. Do I retain any memories?
You don't know what the hell's going on.
So, see, the thing is, you remember that flash a couple of seconds ago? Yeah, that
that scared me a lot, and I don't remember things anymore as good as I used to.
I mean, just a couple seconds ago, you were so excited that I'd come here to help you find Biddy. Are you sure you can't remember anything? It would really help out in my investigation.
I will gladly assist you in any way that I can, sir. Maybe we could find Biddy outside of here.
Oh, so you think Biddy flew away? Did you leave a window open or maybe a door ajar?
A door is like how it's jars are that thing that you.
Oh, sweetheart, no, I mean, was a door left open and the bird could have flown out?
Maybe, yes, probably.
Maybe we should take you down to Mama Fortuna, and maybe she can help you with the details. Maybe the flash you think you saw, maybe that just got you a little frazzled, and maybe we can just talk to Mama downstairs and maybe get this all settled. How's that sound?
Sure, that sounds really good. Thank you.
All right.
Let's lead the way.
I head back downstairs, assuming little Aaron will be in tow.
I will follow.
So Mama Fortuna hears you coming down the stairs. Oh, yes, Aaron, tell the men about Bitty and about the last time you saw him, please. They're here to help.
Yes.
I don't know if that's gonna be.
She
Aaron
is, being a blind woman, she is just totally oblivious that anything strange is going on.
Well, you see,
your
the
throat's
last
clearing up.
a little, yes. The last time I saw Biddy, I was playing, and I looked away, and then it was gone. This Biddy, it flew away.
Well, he couldn't have flown far. His wings are clipped. He can fly a little, but not too terribly
do
high or
such a
far.
thing?
Well, the veterinarian, of course.
Okay, well, maybe we could ask them about this Biddy. maybe they found Biddy. Maybe they know about this. Excuse me, who are you?
Well, you must be Aaron. Sorry,
Yes.
I was just writing some notes. Well, I'm friends with the sheriff. I'm Charles, or you can call me Holland or Hall.
How does one go from Charles to a Holland?
It's my middle name. My parents, they're Dutch, okay?
And actually, I realized I skipped something with you, Holland. You have your connect the dots move, which we're supposed to roll at the beginning of the mystery, which we'll call right now.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that plus
This
sharp.
this mystery has begun.
Yes.
That's why I was like scribbling furiously in my prop for today.
Yeah.
So that's 8 total.
8. Okay.
So mixed success.
All right. So you will be able. There are 3 questions down there. You don't have to do it now, but at some point during the mystery, you can ask me one of those questions.
Okay, which is right here. Let me mark that on my sheet. There we go. Okay.
All right.
Put that in the back pocket for later.
Yeah.
Everything okay, Sarge?
Well, I think the little girl's got a bit frightened with missing pet and everything. She seems to be a little razzled here and there.
Things are scary.
Yeah, that's right, darling. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Honestly, it happens all the time. Sometimes the kids don't make the best witnesses.
True. Remember when we went to the village back there during that hostage situation?
You always gotta bring it back. I'm trying to move past that.
Sarge, do you not remember what happened?
Yeah, a hostage went crazy. You thought it was some mystical mumbo jumbo. It's fine.
She tore
What
through
kind?
them with her bare hands.
Oh, this is not.
That is crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah, did they have claws?
Mr. Coke, may I remind you, we are here in front of civilians. This is not the kind of talk we should be
You're
having.
right. You're right.
Did it smell like sulfur?
Little girl, don't worry about this. Just a second. We'll deal with your parakeet.
Yeah.
Now, look, if you're gonna keep bringing this up, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm feeling left out of the conversation here.
It's no big deal. It's fine.
I'm sorry, sweetie. It's just the grown-ups are having a bit of a discussion about.
He used to be my boss. So
What does that entail? Like, are you his owner?
Well, no, nothing like that. It's just, I was a superior officer back in the war. You might not remember the war, sweetie. It was a while ago. It was,
I remember some wars.
I'm sure maybe you've heard about them in school or something,
Yes.
perhaps. But anyway, about Biddy, your parrot.
Yes.
Your beloved parakeet.
Right. That's not a war. It's out. It's out there in the world, probably.
Well, I assume it is.
Off to a great start.
And if you said the vet might know something about the clipped wings and where the bird might have gotten off to. That seems like a bit of a stretch. Are you sure there's no? Did you hear any sounds like animals? Do any of your neighbors have pets, like dogs or cats or something that would want to perhaps feed on
I like dogs.
Yeah, but you have a parrot. And that's what we're looking for. You sure you haven't seen anything, sweetheart?
Not recently.
All right, I'm gonna act. Okay, I'm gonna try and help out with my cool here, and be like, all right, so I've been a sheriff for a while. I've certainly talked to witnesses of situations who have been perhaps a little stressed or maybe panic-stricken. So understanding that, I'm going to try and let me see which one it would be. Okay, I'm going to try and help out here with Aaron. Just try to, unknowing Aaron's current condition here, so probably not going to be super helpful. But
Throat disease.
trying to help out, just like anything that would push them to be like, all right, do you remember anything about this parrot? Like just
All right.
trying to
Should
pull some
should I
memories
roll
out.
an investigation with that?
I'm
A-sharp?
gonna call that an investigate a mystery, and
Okay.
I'll go ahead and roll that.
All right.
Let's see. Remind me of each of your sharp scores.
My sharp is a -1.
I am at a 0.
Okay.
You got sheriff?
I'm all about staying cool in situations, not exactly figuring them out. People bring the information to me and I parse it.
Okay. So you're Sheriff Oates, you are not sure what is going on with this little girl, but she is definitely not faking. Something is affecting her mind. This is not normal forgetfulness.
Okay. Little girl, are you sure nothing else has happened today? Has this just been all about the parrot? Because you've been acting strange, and I don't.
Strange how? What should I be doing?
Well, sweetie, you're not remembering things, and I mean, to be honest, you're talking entirely different than you were just a few minutes ago, and
That's the throat brain thing I was talking about. Maybe I need fresh air. Fresh air will probably help. That's probably where the bird is. Bird probably has fresh air.
well, maybe some fresh air will do you good. We could go out there. I just maybe you should consider seeing a doctor. This sounds like it could be serious, and you might want to have it looked into.
I will make sure that is on the agenda, right, grandmother? We can go to a doctor for meat.
Dearie, you know we don't believe in Western medicine in this house. We
Of
believe
course.
in the holistic healing of crystals. Now,
Okay.
if you would like a hot stone treatment, acupuncture,
Right.
we can certainly do that.
Do we have leeches?
She'd believe your story.
Aha, ha, real funny, Sarge.
Well, how about we just take a look around the building and see if we can find any signs for the parrot? Aaron, would you know anywhere where Biddy liked to hang out whenever you take him outside to play?
Trees. Birds like trees.
Seems like as good a lead as any. Mr. Koch, I don't know if you feel you can help me out here, but you want to take a look outside? Maybe we could, you, me, and Aaron, we could see what's around here. Maybe we could find something for this parrot.
I got your back, Sarge.
All right. I start heading outside to see if we can just look for clues and investigate and find any sign of little Biddy and where it might have gotten off to.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll another investigate a mystery for you guys. All right. So, Sarge, you're not finding anything in terms of like hard physical evidence, no feathers, none of the sort of, as a man of science, none of the and forensic investigations, none of the sort of clues to which you are accustomed. Now, Mr. Koch, being a believer in the world beyond, you're starting to think that maybe your search is too narrow, that absent any direct physical evidence here, it might be a better idea to broaden the scope of your investigation and see if maybe there isn't, because something very strange is obviously happening. If there's anything else strange going on in the town, that might be a better lead.
What time of year is it right now?
It's late summer.
Is it always so hot? Ugh, everything's wet, but like dry wet.
Sarge, can I have a word with you?
Sure, sweetheart, just a second. Me and Mr. Koch here are gonna have a quick talk.
Okay.
Why is my heart sweet?
Okay. You got
They're so adorable at this age, always asking
Oh,
questions.
oh,
Anyway,
oh, so precious. I'm getting diabetes looking at her. Anyways, what happened upstairs?
I went upstairs, talked to the girl. She
Okay.
seemed very excited at my presence and that I was here to help her find her beloved Biddy. Blinked my eyes once or twice, thought something looked amiss, and she all of a sudden started acting a little bit different. Figured it might have been just maybe some late onset post-traumatic stress, or maybe just something about
Puberty. That one.
perhaps puberty.
That's what you,
Okay.
right? It's that thing.
Okay. Back up. You said you blinked a couple times because something was amiss. Like how?
Yeah, like a light flashed or something. It was probably just a ceiling lamp, something going off. It's fine. I'm just saying that
Okay.
it was just a coincidental. As something blinked, she started acting different.
Yeah, and Koch, she's definitely acting not like any child you've ever seen. Posture-wise, dress, certainly, and again, totally blank white eyes. But she's not acting blind like her grandmother. She can apparently see just fine.
Look. I know Mama Fortuna is blind, but look at her. Glossed over eyes, like she was able to navigate the terrain fine. What little girl dresses like that? Look at her posture.
How should I
She
be dressed?
remind-
I'm right here. I am right here.
Okay.
Now, sweetheart, don't you worry. It's just my friend Koch.
Again,
here,
what have you tasted my heart? Why have you done this?
darling,
Is that what you do?
I'm sorry, darling. Maybe this is just a little bit too much for you. Sweetheart is a bit of it's a term of endearment. It's
all over again.
It's don't you worry about it. It's my friend Mr. Koch here. He isn't he doesn't understand that some people have different cultures and
Permission to interject, Sarge.
What is it?
So you do own him.
I'm gonna let that slide. Look, obviously we haven't found anything here. Maybe we should broaden our horizon, search maybe the neighboring buildings, maybe see the vet. I mean, we can talk about this later, you're right, but let's try to find that bird.
Is there a place around here that might have a collection of animals? Something that,
Like a zoo?
sure. Is there a zoo?
I'm a local. What's the? How would I discern if there's a zoo?
So you know that the closest zoo is in Phoenix, about 2 hours away. That's probably not going to be much help. Now there is local wildlife, lots of really good hiking trails, and of course Mount Xavier with the ski lodge. You can see lots of elk, wolves, coyotes, and lots of people like to take photography of the local wildlife, but not. But other than like the pet store at the mall, not really much.
Look, Coke, here's the thing. I came out here because a parakeet had been probably eaten by a coyote or something. And I'm here just to dot the I's and cross the T's and just make sure that this investigation goes off without a hitch and we decide what happened to this poor little bird. Now, if you're looking to get me to travel across all over the place just to find this pet, I got too much to do. This isn't something I can handle right now.
Look, Mama Fortuna brought me here. Look, Sarge.
No, your Patreon brought you here, Mr. Koch. Let's not forget about that. I
the
am a
donor-
public servant.
and
I
the-
have other people to attend to.
And the
You're
donor,
here for
Sarge,
this.
the donor was Mama Fortuna. Does she really look like someone that could operate a computer? To be blunt, Sarge, someone brought me here, and you happen to be in the same place. We literally bumped into each other.
So if we find that person, we might find our answer a bit better.
From the mouths of babes.
Yeah.
So who would be out to get you here to either help my grandmother or possibly, in the case of taking away my biddy, harm her, are the two questions you have.
Well, the obvious thing here is that we've got ourselves a conspiracy theorist, a scared little girl, and a missing parakeet.
I assure you I am not afraid.
This is like the start of a joke. And I'm the butt end of it.
It's not a very good joke.
Life is not a very good joke.
It really isn't.
So
All right, if it'll satisfy you, Mr. Coke, we can take a walk down the street, ask some of the locals, see if any of them saw anything about a parakeet. Maybe one of the neighbors saw something.
Fine.
Well,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Sarge.
if maybe you asked my grandmother, perhaps she's had some recent readings that maybe went awry and upset some people.
Now there's a lead. Thank you, darling. You get a gold star for the day.
I have
Coke,
several
let's
of
go inside
those.
and talk to this old lady. And see
All
if
right.
she's-
All right.
If it were dark out, I could show them.
So as you're heading inside, like just as you're about to go back through the door, you hear your radio squawk over in your I was about to say squad car, but it's a Hummer. It's a big boy. It's an SUV.
What was that?
Just a second, I'll check in on that. Don't you worry. I walk over to it. There's Sheriff Oates.
And on the other side, you've got, hey Sheriff, this Deputy Al. We got a call in about a break-in at the old K-Star radio tower.
Oh. Any other cars in the area?
I'm gonna roll to get into the back seat without anybody noticing real quick here. Using a special ability. That is a 8.
8? Yeah, you're good. You're in.
Yeah, I'm in the back seat.
All right.
What is this thing?
What? Eric, this is no place. Young lady, this is no place for you. Get on. Come on. Go out. Open the door. Now come on. You can't be back here.
Smells funny.
Well, it smells like grown-up work. Now come on. We need to get you out of here.
No, it smells like vomit and blood.
Well, no, I just had this clean. That's impossible.
You should get your money back.
I slide out.
So, Deputy Al on the radio. Not Sheriff. Deputies Dave, Ed, and Frank, they're all out sick, and you know it's just me to hold down the station here today, so it's really just you, man.
I'm kind of in the middle of something, but that does sound... All right, I'll be right over. I look over to this little entourage we have here.
This trio.
I'm sorry about this, but there's a holdup down at the station. They're gonna need me to check it out. We don't have any other cars in the area. I can ask questions about your parakeet, but they're gonna need me down here real quick.
Okay.
We could probably go along. I mean, maybe there's clues there. Maybe you have records of people that, I don't know, might want to harm my grandmother or the bird.
Well, now, sweetheart, this has nothing to do with your parakeet. This is a completely unrelated situation. I'm gonna go talk to Mama Fortuna and tell her that I'm afraid this investigation might just have to be put on hold for a second while I go deal with this. Just a moment.
I'll wait in the car.
No, you get, young lady, you get out of that car right now. I open the door and I stand there just.
I mean,
Having trouble, Sarge?
This damn kid won't get out of my car.
I am not damned.
You didn't hear that, Tony. Just
Sarge, I always knew you make a great dad.
All right, I'm gonna go inside, tell Mama Fortuna what's going on, and I gotta head out there right quick because we don't have any other cars in the area. I head inside, assuming that, hoping that the situation with the little girl in my police Hummer will sort itself out. I have the keys. What's the worst you can do?
A car.
You just damned yourself.
All right, so you're wanting to what are you telling Mama Fortuna here?
I'm going to tell Mama Fortuna that, hey, I'm sorry. I know I came out here to help with your parrot, but the office just called. There's an emergency that I need to handle right now, and I'm afraid I'm gonna have to leave. But I will try to be back here once I can.
Okay, well, thank you very much, dearie. Just please do as soon as you finish your business, please just return Betty to us safely.
I'll do everything I can, ma'am. Before I leave, I kind of stopped myself. Wouldn't have happened to have any readings or anything about Biddy before this all happened, did you?
Oh, I'm afraid not, dearie. I haven't been able to contact the spirit world at all since Betty's been gone.
Okay, and there was nothing before that about him going away, or?
No, nothing at all. And it's so strange. Bitty's my conduit to the spirit world. Surely he would have known if anything were going to happen to him.
Well, Well, in any case, I hope you can find him. And in the meantime, you might want to get Erin taken to a doctor. She's not acting like any little girl I've seen, and maybe this is just normal for her. But all the same, you might want to have a professional speak with her. Might help her out a bit.
Very, very well, but I'm sure once Bitty is returned to us that everything will be back to normal. I'll get her a crystal treatment in the meantime.
Whatever you feel you need, ma'am. Just I'll let you know if I find anything.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Jeez, these kooks always have their stories. All right, I'll check the Hummer, see if is the little girl still in there.
That depends. What did the little girl decide to do while he was in there?
Little girl's just kind of looking around the yard.
All right.
Sees you as you walk out.
Hey, any luck on the bird?
I'm sorry, darling, but it seems Mama Fortuna didn't hear anything about Biddy leaving before he disappeared. Didn't have any information. But if I find anything, I swear I will bring it to you first.
All right, so where are we going?
Well, I'm going to the station where there's a bit of a situation right now. You're gonna stay right here.
Okay.
All right. Well, I hope you find your parrot, and I'll be back shortly if I can.
Where's the station?
Well, it's just down the way.
It's down the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you worry your little head about it.
I feel like it's pretty normal size for something of my stature.
Kids say the darndest things.
You
Now,
watched that show too, huh?
Coke, look, I understand that you're here looking for some handouts for your ghost hunting show or whatever it is, but
You are so lucky. You're my superior officer.
but us grown-ups got to go up to our actual job. Real
Excuse me.
quick. I'm sorry, I just haven't had the chance to rag on you for this in a bit. Anyway, it sounds like we got a little bit of a mishap down at the station, so I'm gonna head out. You think you got this covered here, or do you need a ride?
Well, I just got here from the airport and I haven't eaten. Do you mind if I tag along and then maybe we can catch up and grab lunch after this?
Sounds fine enough. Doesn't sound like it's a big deal. Just don't have short on hands for the day.
All right, I got you.
I'm also hungry. Could I get food too?
Okay, you know what, Sarge? I think I know where this is going. Maybe we should take her along.
Are you
Wonderful
kidding
idea. I
me?
like that one. We're gonna go with that one. 2 to 1. Voting. Aye.
Well, look, she's clearly got a good head on her shoulders. I mean, she looks like she can take care of herself.
Weren't you just terrified of this little girl a minute ago with her special contacts? And
Yeah,
strange
yeah,
clothes?
and all I got was you heckling me and making fun of what I'm trying to do here.
So at this point, the radio hisses back on again. Yeah, Sarge, we just heard back from, Sheriff, we just heard back from the EMTs that were dispatched to the break-in. DJ Quaalude's in a coma. They're getting him to the hospital. and we don't know what's happening over there, but they're saying they really need some police down there right away to see what's going on at the radio station.
All right, copy that.
Look,
Look, I'm in a hurry.
I'll keep an eye on her.
All right, if anything happens to her, it's on your head.
Yes.
All right. Okay, sweetie, we're gonna take a little ride in the car. You just get in there with Oates, and he'll take care of you. Don't you worry.
Oates.
Or
I'm Hall. You're Oates.
Get
Even
in-
though
get
I'm
in
the
there
one
with
that looks
Mr.
more like John Oates.
Get in there with Mr. Coke.
All right.
He'll strap you in.
It's a hell of a drug.
I hop in.
I start heading towards where the situation is going down.
All right, so you're heading to the K-Star radio station / broadcasting tower. It's just a little bit outside of town, large radio broadcasting tower. You know, it's the local public radio affiliate. There's a small radio station where they do just a little bit of local programming. And other than that, it's mostly just a repeater station for radio broadcasts from down Phoenix Way. And you see that, yeah, sure enough, the front door has been, well, it's swinging open, and it's a simple code lock, just a number pad with a deadbolt, and it does not appear to be forced.
I love that I brought 2 civilians to this scene. It's negative
Ernest movie.
Yeah,
Aaron's up looking at the door already.
So,
All right, now you
Tug.
You two stay in here. I set like every child lock.
Oh, Aaron got out.
No. Look, are you gonna keep an eye on
Yes.
her or not?
Yes. Just she caught me off guard. Okay.
Well, I need you to keep a closer eye because I don't know what this situation is gonna be. It could be very dangerous. And you just had me bring a child here.
Just trust me, Sarge.
I leave my car and then start heading towards the door with pistol in hand.
All right.
what's that?
I look at the gun in your hand.
This is not a toy. This is just a precaution. You don't ever touch this. Do you understand me?
Okay.
Okay. It's just something to keep us safe. Should things go... Why am I explaining this to you? You stay here.
I got it, Sarge. Go.
Okay, so as you head into the radio station, like I say, the front door is ajar. There's a little lobby area, and there's a recording booth behind that. And as you enter, you hear a voice coming from a room just beyond the recording booth. You can't quite make out what it's saying from where you are right at the entrance.
Hello? This is the Xavier Sheriff. Anyone in there better come out with your hands up.
You thought you heard somebody say, "Bloody primitive technology," and then just cuts off. As soon as they heard you shouting.
I know I heard you in there. If you come out now, this will save you a lot of trouble.
Silence.
All right, then. We're doing this your way. Start heading in towards where I heard the voice, or like into the station.
Okay, so there's just a little hallway. You pass by the recording booth. You can see it looks by a casual inspection. It's got, a big picture window so that you can see in. Seems pretty empty in there. Beyond that, there's a control room, and that seems to be where the voice came from.
All right, now this is your final chance, using charm. Come out with your hands up so I can see you, otherwise I will be forced to take you out by force.
Okay, go ahead and roll plus charm.
We have an 11.
11? All right. At this point, a plum-headed parakeet flies right out of the control room, flies around the room for a second, and then just sets down on the receptionist's desk and looks at you. Pretty bird, pretty bird.
Is that what a bird sounds like?
You hear from outside.
Everything okay, Sarge?
I heard bird. Is that a bird?
The hell?
I'm coming in.
Wait.
No, I'm going in.
At least let me stay near me, okay?
All right, fine. Come in with me.
Fine.
I'm just very trying to not frighten the bird away, still confused. All right, little fella, just come here. What are you the one making all this noise?
Pretty bird, pretty bird. I'm gonna roll something for
Go
you
ahead.
real quick here. Okay, that's actually quite good. You're pretty sure this bird, that this is not its normal voice. Something's strange about this bird.
All right. Now, it sounds like...
It seems to be like it did exactly what you told it. It came right out when you said to come here. It hopped over to you. It's acting like it understands you.
Hey, is that Biddy? I mean,
Okay, little fella, now I'm just gonna take you out of here before you're in any danger. Maybe I think I might have a familiar face for you outside. Just need you to come with me.
Actually, Sarge, we're right here.
hi.
What the hell?
She was gonna just run in, so I told her to just stay close to me.
She's a little girl. You hold
Hey,
on
you
to
found
her.
the bird!
Hi, bird.
I'm guessing that's the bird.
Come here.
Hold out a finger.
Just goes right up, perches on your finger, looks at you. Pretty bird.
Would I be able to determine whether this thing has clipped wings?
Yeah. You can tell it's perfectly docile as you look at its wings. Yeah, you can see that its wings have been clipped.
Is this
Hi, Biddy.
your bird? Oh,
Hello.
Yes.
Pretty bird.
How are you doing?
Would you look at that? Seems we found the bird.
I guess we, no pun intended, killed two birds with one stone.
Please don't. Pretty bird.
Sarge, please tell me I'm not the only one hearing that.
Oh, it's just a fun parlor trick. It's one of those birds that really knows how to recognize human speech.
It is not. This is different. I assure you.
Roll and investigate a mystery, Nick.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, I suppose I said I'd roll those. Sorry.
Well, take me at my word. I got a 9.
Yeah. Well, that's about what I got, so that works out. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Something is different about this bird. You know what parakeets should be capable of, and this seems way more intelligent. It seems like it understands everything you're saying.
What is your true name?
Its size. Okay, yes. Hello. My name is Biticus. Well, that's what he called me years ago. I need your help.
I'm gonna investigate a mystery on that one, and just gonna try and figure out, like, basically trying to think bird training and impressive bird tricks he's seen before. Has he seen anything like this before?
All right, I'll roll that.
Rolling to justify.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah, this. If this is a trick, it is the most intelligent and most well-trained bird you have ever seen in your life. But it seems like this is beyond what a bird should be capable of, especially as he continues. Yes, okay, yes, you got me. Not a bird. All right. As I said, my name is Biticus. I've been posing as a household pet. I'm an extraterrestrial.
The hell you say?
Would I be familiar with life other than that on Earth?
You're familiar with the concept. It's not really something you've paid a lot of attention to.
Gotcha.
I've been sent here to observe life on this planet, and I need to make my report, which is why I was attempting to contact my spacecraft using this look, you're doing very well for your point in evolution, okay? But it's...
Hey!
Well, it could be better. Like, what are your findings?
Your government is defensive, justifiably so. But I've decided my report is that your government is not ready for direct formal contact. It would probably start a major war. In fact, be very bad. But
Yeah, probably.
certain individuals are. At heart, you're a very good people, and we believe direct one-on-one contact at a very low, subtle scale to get your people used to the idea could eventually pave the way for scientific and cultural exchange. But before any of that can happen, I need to get back to my spaceship and report to my superiors.
All right, well, I'm only 10 years old, so I'll just hand, like, these guys know better about computers than me.
I lift up the bird so it's kind of at eye level with you.
It's one impressive bird you got here.
Sarge. I'm gonna ask you one more time to humor me here.
What, do you want me to believe this ridiculous?
I have seen ravens do puzzle-solving stuff, but this is on another level.
Now that's a smart bird.
Yes, smartest of all birds, Corvus corax, common raven, yes. Sarge, it has a British accent.
All right, you bird brain. I look at the bird, clearly somewhat, in a mocking tone. All right, what is it you need to contact the people you're trying to reach?
All right. First, I need to use this broadcast equipment to send a signal to, the clicker that some people have in their car in the winter that starts up the engine and starts the heater running so that it's
Yeah.
nice and comfy. I need to do that for my spaceship so that it's ready. And then I need to actually get to it on the peak of Mount Xavier.
Mount Xavier. Wish I knew the area better so I could be making more region-appropriate comments.
It's
You want to make that climb? You want to do that?
It is a very the mountain itself is very high. It's the highest mountain in the state. There is a ski lodge there. It's the off season, of course, but there is a ski lift that should be able to get you most of the way if you can get it operational. So it's not inconceivable, but it would require using civilian equipment that may not be in regular use this time of the year.
Well, we got the ski lift that might be able to take you most of the way, but this isn't ski season. I don't even know if they'd have anyone operating at this time of year. You're a bird. Can't you just fly up there?
He holds out his wings. Okay, one of your people, quite understandably, of course, mistook me for a household pet and did this. So yes, I can fly around this room, fine. Up a mountain, not so much. If you could help me, please, so I can give my report to my superiors. I'm several hundred years late already.
Well, if you're several hundred years late, guess I can't see what the difference between a day would be, but fortunately for you, finding you was my only job today, so I guess we can see where this goes.
Yes, please.
Please.
If it'll shut you up, Coke, fine.
I'm unfamiliar with your particular species of bird. Do you happen to have some form of psychokinetic properties?
As long as I'm in this, I'm just a bird. And my people have a profound respect for other species. I can't not be this bird without killing it, and I would rather not do that.
I appreciate that. But your radio, the thing you were talking into, that the voice the tiny person was in that was telling you things, it said that the people in here were harmed. I'm just curious, what happened here exactly?
I don't know anything about that. The door was open, I came in.
We got fellas here who went to the hospital in comas. That wasn't you, right?
In comas, look, no.
Is there some... Can't believe I'm asking this to a goddamn bird. Is there anyone out there who might not want you to make this message or send this transmission?
I mean, I can't imagine who. As I said, I'm here on a peaceful mission of diplomacy and scientific observation.
Yeah, well,
I mean-
sometimes there are parties that aren't so peaceful about it.
I mean, as I said, your government, should they know of my existence, would almost certainly want to imprison me and study me. But as far as I know, I've been entirely incognito until now. I've been forced to reveal myself to you to ask for your help. I can only hope that I've chosen the right people to help me.
I have so many questions.
Oh, feel free to ask. I hold the bird out to you.
I believe you said you'd be handling these. Do I believe this bird?
So it is a bird, and even now that it's speaking with a human voice, it's still doing the bird like. You've never had to try to read the body language of a bird
Hey,
before.
you know what? Fair.
So
fair point.
you will be you can try, but you will be getting disadvantage on the roll. As far as you can tell, he's being entirely upfront, but
All right.
it's
It is
hard
still
to
a bird.
say. Yeah.
How far away is Mount Xavier? Is this going to be like an all-day trip if we're doing this? Is this going to be
It's like an hour to the ski lodge, and then up the ski lift and back down is however long it takes. Another, probably 20 minutes each way.
well?
And that's not counting. You don't know what's involved in making that ski lift go without anybody to operate it, which there wouldn't be anybody there working during the off season.
Yeah.
You could try and find out. Like, you don't have any idea off the top of your head, like, who owns it, but you could look it up.
Bidicus,
Yes.
do you know this gentleman over here?
I point him towards Mr. Coke.
No, I'm sorry. In fact, I've not gotten any of your names.
So you did not reach out and contact him through a computer?
No, honestly, I feel so embarrassed. Advanced species and everything, trying to access this technology, couldn't get past the Windows password.
The windows are openable. You don't need to use a password. Is that something new?
Maybe Sarge has a point. Okay, so you didn't contact me. And who did? Look, Sarge. Something's going on here. You got to admit. The break-in, no sign of force, a talking bird.
I mean, you're law officers, correct? Did your superiors, could they be?
Well, I'm the sheriff here in this here county, and this is nothing like anything I've ever had to deal with. So you'll have to excuse me, Mr. Bidicus, but I'm afraid that dialoguing with extraterrestrials such as yourself is not exactly my forte. So please give me a moment while I try to figure out exactly what's going on here, because to be quite honest with you, this is nothing like anything I've ever seen. And
If someone is aware of my presence here, other than I would have to ask you from the bottom of my heart for complete secrecy after this point, but if knowledge of my presence here has gotten about, that would be a serious breach of operational protocol.
trust me, if you're worried about me telling everybody that I met an alien today, you can calm yourself about that. That
seems like it would be very exciting news for somebody like you, though.
Yeah, maybe if it were true and not just some parlor trick with a bird and a girl, but you know what? I'll play along. Let's see what's going on here. I'll make some calls and see who I can get a hold of to get that ski lodge opened up for us to maybe have a look around.
You know the area more than I do, so
I head back to the Hummer
All right.
and
I follow as well.
call up on my radio to inform them of the situation.
I stay back to chat with the bird some.
All right. We'll go ahead and handle Oates first.
Okay.
So you report everything that you found.
Yeah, there seems to be this. We found the parakeet. It seemed to have somehow gotten into the radio station. Now, you're not going to believe this. The parrot seems to be convinced that it's some sort of extraterrestrial and needs to send a message off of Mount Xavier.
Kooky kids and their tricks.
Well, that's real weird, Sarge. We got some feds down here at the station, some suits that say they need to talk to you right away. Something in relation to DJ Quaaludes going into that coma, and apparently they got just a rash of fainting cases at the hospital.
Fellas, you're trying to pull me every which way here, aren't you?
Hold on, he's saying he needs to talk to you. In fact, hold on, I'm gonna put him on.
All right, here we go. Every time the Bureau gets involved, everything gets slowed down. This is Sheriff Oates. Who am I speaking to?
Sheriff Oates, this is Agent Rogers of the NEW. We need you to return to the station with the parakeet right away. This is a matter potentially of some diplomatic sensitivity.
I'm sorry. Agent, what'd you say your name was again?
Agent Rogers, we're with the State Department, the National Embassy to the World, NEW.
Mr. Rogers. Now listen. I've been running around all day looking for this damn bird, and I finally found it. And now you want me to go and bring it to the office?
Yes, it is of utmost importance that you return the parakeet to us immediately.
All right, well, how about this? As soon as I finish up my investigation here, I'll bring this bird right back for you real quick.
I'm afraid this supersedes anything that you are doing right now. This is of utmost importance.
All right, hold on. Let me just check on something real quick. Basically puts the radio down.
Yeah, you hear him as you hang the radio up, as you disconnect it, you hear him protesting. It is of utmost importance, sir. Your career may be on the
All right, we got some bureau boys back at the office. They're really keen on your parrot. We may have to put a little bit of a pause on the mountain trip, the ski lodge journey.
And at this point, let's pop back over to
This will
Aaron.
determine whether we're there or not.
Fair point.
Yeah, so
I keep forgetting things are going on.
Yeah, so
Time continues.
Yeah, while you're back doing that conversation, Aaron here can have a word with the parakeet, with Biticus, as he's calling himself.
Biticus, I've been given some. Do you recognize me?
Should I? No, I'm afraid not. I mean, no more so than any of the humans. I've been living in your grandmother's house for a number of years.
So you recognize who I am. Gotcha. Are you part? You said you are part of this bird, correct? Part of this creature?
Yes, I'm currently sharing this bird's existence. When this body comes to a natural end, then I will pass on to another body so that I may continue my observation, but while it lives, I am as you see me.
All right. Are you talking meat like the rest of them, or are you energy or some other form?
No, we're all energy, really, just a pattern of neurons firing in the brain. I'm simply another pattern that's been superimposed upon this one so that I may observe what is around me.
Yes, but you need meat in order to talk, yeah?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay. I've been given some very strict rules to follow while I am down here, and I feel as though you are not human.
It's correct, yes, as I've said.
Do you worship any gods from where you come from?
I mean,
Follow any religions? Jehovah, anything like that?
we believe in an inherent goodness in the universe. Some species prefer to personify that as God. We believe it is the urge of all living things to know and grow and understand and care for one another.
Buddhism, got you. I am a angel of our Lord. My name is Ariel. Were you giving this meat's grandmother's abilities of some description while you were in their care?
No. Of course, using my abilities in this form, I'm sometimes able to perceive things beyond, let us say, the strict range of the natural senses, which I've used to assist her in some small ways.
I see. Well, that seems to add up from everything. Now, do you assume yourself in danger?
Only insofar as I do need to return to my ship so that I may make my report to my superiors, but not in any direct danger, except insofar as this body is quite small and fragile, and should I attempt to return to the ship alone, I fear I might be eaten by the local wildlife before I could make it up there.
I believe I was sent down here for a reason. When my father sent me here, it was to understand humans and why they are the ones who shall inherit this planet. I don't really understand it. I've been told that I need to assist two gentlemen that I believe have immediately come in contact with me. It is hard to quantify these as something that is not prone to his will. So, you have my word that I shall assist you in your ascent.
Well, I do not share
all of your very specific beliefs about the nature of the universe and
It's beyond beliefs. I am. Look, we'll go beyond that.
All right, agree to disagree.
Sure.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Where do you go when you die?
We believe that, as I said, we are all patterns of neurons.
Of course. But when your consciousness seeks, where does it go?
No one knows for sure, at least we don't. We believe that just as a wave of sound may transfer from the air to the water, altered but still essentially itself, it is possible that that pattern of thought may pass to some other medium that we cannot perceive, but we cannot be certain.
Well, I hope for your sake that it is a good one.
Thank you.
Now I will keep your secret as long as you keep mine.
Agreed.
Agreed. All right, back to being a little girl and a bird.
Meanwhile, Coke's over there just.
I thought you went with you. Like I was there alone. You even
yeah,
said
you
you
walked
followed
out.
you out.
Yeah.
I would not have done that if there was anybody else in the room.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Maybe operating under certain instructions.
Yeah. So, okay, so we'll go ahead and merge the two scenes now. You've had your conversation, you've had yours.
Well, boys down at the office from the bureau are saying that I need to bring this parakeet to them right quick. Sounds like it's a big old. Sounds like it's a bit out of my pay grade. Looks like it's being moved up the chain up to a whole national thing.
What do they want with the bird? What do they want with Biddy?
Sounds like Biddy might just be may have gotten in touch with a little bit too much of this. I'm not entirely sure. It just seems like the bureau seems real nervous, and there's been a whole lot of mysterious happenings around this area, and they think the parakeet might answer a couple questions. So figured if we brought it down there, maybe we could get this all settled quick, and then maybe get us out to that mountain we're looking for.
How does this work? Oh, Mister, please, you can't let them take my birdie.
Please, if these are... You say you've been in contact with agents of your government.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, no. Revealing myself to them would be a serious breach of protocol. The various governments of this world, if they knew of my existence, could very easily start a major war over who would have access to me.
Well, sounds like a whole hill of beans that I don't want to get messed up with, but the problem is my job is on the line, and if I don't take you down there, they're looking to let me go, and I can't have that.
I'm sorry for your livelihood, sir, but there are larger concerns. I cannot allow myself to be taken by these men.
What is your job exactly?
I'm the sheriff.
What's a sheriff?
I protect the peace in this area. So when criminals are out, I'm the one they look to stop them, and when there's an emergency, it's my office that is called. You know what the police are, don't you?
Gee Willikers, yes, sir. But I'm a person, and this is my bird. You have to protect us from the mean men.
Oates, something doesn't smell right. Why would the feds want anything to do with this bird? This is all too much of a coincidence.
Yep.
I got sent down here, I run into you, you're saying a weird flash happened, we end up at the radio station, we somehow find the bird that speaks with a quite elegant British accent, who claims to be an extraterrestrial, and now the feds are radioing you.
Please, if these agents of your government are here in this town, it is imperative that I make my way to the peak of Mount Xavier immediately before they find me.
Sarge.
Question. Is there a place to acquire birds in this town?
There's gotta be
Is there a pet store?
There is a pet store at the mall.
say. Makes
Maybe
sense.
you could find another bird.
You want me to knowingly attempt to trick federal officers? Is that what you're asking?
Oates, if things go south, I can take the fall for this. I'm already a laughingstock with the other bureaus. Just tell them it was my idea.
Tell him he found the bird.
I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm
All right.
overloaded right
Coke,
now. I might need some after this. To be honest with you, Sarge.
I never really. You and I, we were never quite the tightest of friends, but you've helped me out. I'm giving you this one. I head back to the Hummer.
All right, as you get in there, the radio starts up again.
Agent, excuse me, is the agent I was speaking to earlier?
Sheriff, this is Deputy Al again. Yeah, these boys are real insistent that you get back here right away. Also, apparently DJ Quaalude just woke up and he's talking some crazy talk about glowing eyes and I don't know what all.
Well, you know DJ, you know Quaalude. He's always talking.
What color were the eyes?
Just like big orange lanterns in the dark. I don't even know what all. He's talking real crazy like. The agents say they're gonna send some boys over there to see to him, but they want you to come back here right away. Something fishy's going on.
Does that sound familiar to me at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, they're not gonna like what I have to say then. It would seem that the bird in question has gotten away. I'm planning on trying to follow it, but it seems it's made off with a nearby civilian. Someone came and grabbed it while I was talking to you, and it seems like they're heading towards that Mount Xavier they were talking about earlier. So I'm gonna head down that way looking for them. You folks just hang tight. Make sure they don't go any other direction.
There's a hiss of static, and you hear Agent Rogers again. Sheriff, stay where you are. We have dispatched agents to head directly to Mount Xavier. We will take the bird. Stay where you are. Agents will be there to debrief you shortly.
I'm sorry, I gotta go. I don't want to miss this. The trail's already cooling down. You'll have to contact me later. Over and out.
You just hear him protesting again as you.
So we're not going to a pet shop then.
I'm afraid we don't have time for that. They're already on their way. We got to start making our moves if we're gonna get ahead of these boys.
Well, let's book it.
All right, we hop in the Hummer and start heading towards Mount Xavier. Let's see what we can do with this whole ski lodge.
Is this as fast as this thing goes?
Well, it's fast as we can go right now. If we make too much more of a scene, we're just gonna get more eyes on us.
So yeah, you're driving along. It's the tail end of tourist season, so the roads are pretty busy. You're moving at a snail's pace at this point. Every once in a while, the radio will pop up on a different channel. You just hear a bunch of "Stay where you are" every time they try to get a hold of you.
These bureau boys always think they can come into our town and be in charge, but they got to realize that the sheriff still has some. It's my jurisdiction they're coming into. They're looking here to. I just don't like them.
This is your town.
So at this point, it's getting off toward dusk. This traffic jam is pretty usual for this time of year, actually. People trying to get out and get back to the airport while there's still light. But as the sun starts to go down, you're starting to see a light coming from the mountain. Normally the mountain's to the north, right? So the sun is setting to the west. There should not be any light coming from there, but there definitely is, like a beacon, and it doesn't look like sunlight either. It's a very cold, eerie light coming from about 3/4 of the way up the mountain.
Is that you, Biticus?
Oh, it appears my signal did get through. My ship has been activated.
Wonderful. I'm pretty sure everybody else can see it too.
We simply must get there as soon as possible. And as he's like urging you on forward, you turn off where the highway ends, and it's a winding mountain road to get to the ski lodge. Mm-hmm. And just as you get out of sight of the highway, there's a roadblock. You see black vans barricading the road up to the ski lodge.
Oh boy.
Well,
You should probably stop the vehicle.
doesn't look like we're gonna be getting much further this way.
And they have clearly seen you. Your SUV is not a subtle vehicle.
Yeah, it's
You see a couple of agents in black suits and ties getting out, pulling some kind of weapons and pointing them at you. State Department business! Pull over the vehicle!
I whisper to Biticus,
Go with me on this one.
go with me on this one.
Okay.
Hold on. Biticus just told me he might be able to get us out of this.
Uh-huh.
And how's that?
You have to close your eyes, though. He can't do it if you're watching.
I look over at the bird incredulously.
Yes, this is a thing that I can do.
Oh, whatever. All right. Puts his hands on his face, trying to not clearly cover his eyes, but like is doing as he is bid. I am actually closing my eyes, but don't want the federal agents to see me just going, oh no.
I'm guessing the headlights are on, so they probably can't see
Yeah.
in the car right now.
Yeah.
All right,
This is where it
so
all ends, Sedona, Arizona.
Erin puts her hand, like one of which has Bidicus on it, on both of your shoulders, and I am going to attempt to use my wings to fly us past this barricade as far up the trail as I can perceivably get us, basically.
All right, let's see what you can do.
Ooh, 11.
Okay. That's actually so you can see it, but it's very dim. I am going to have to
That's
ask
fine.
you to Yeah.
Put us wherever you need to
Yeah,
put us.
well-
I'm just getting us past this barricade.
Well, roll one more and take disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Still a 7.
Still a 7? Okay, that is still a success. So you are able to pop up over on the other side of the vehicle. Everybody's together. You are past them and like up the trail leading to the ski lodge.
Yeah, you land on your feet all of a sudden.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, you do pop up a couple of feet above the ground. You fall down, and you're not sure which one of you did it, but you do hear ah! Somebody started, and the agents turn around and they see you. They start to give chase on foot.
Way to go, Bidicus, run!
Bless you.
Just trying to think of. It's
It's a new system.
The thing is, I don't want to be a sour sport, but I'm trying to think of a reason why the sheriff would be like, all right, yeah, let's run. Instead of, no, all right, fine, prank's over.
Aaron's going.
So you just
know
turned around and ran?
All right, yeah, you know what?
Okay, so Aaron's running. The agents are.
Aaron's not going to like run too far. Aaron's going to try to like find a spot to like keep eyes on the situation, and like, you know, we'll usher Bidicus.
If you need to get up to a tree, then
All right. So yeah, these agents are coming right at you. Aaron's bolting.
All right.
Oh boy.
You can.
I yell back at the agents, hold on, you're scaring away a witness! And I start running after her.
All right. The agents. So the agents. You know, they're running alongside you at this point. They seem to have decided that you're if not cooperating, at least not a threat.
Okay.
So they are not going after you, but they are going after Aaron and the bird. What are you doing?
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let me just review something real quick. Okay. So obviously, I'm going to try and hang back. Like, have they noticed me at all, or because you're kind of implying that they're just noticing Oates and Aaron?
Yeah, so they've definitely noticed you. So they've
Okay.
at this point they are there with you. In fact, there's 3 of them. 2 of them go up after Aaron. The
Okay.
last one is staying with you.
Okay.
I'm going to need you to stay right here until we apprehend that bird.
Yeah. Aaron's going to whisper to Bidicus.
if you like, this is probably your best chance to get moving. I know you can't fly far, but at least there's trees to hop from.
And like flick him up into the air.
All right, Bidicus flits up into a tree, and as far as you can see in the dim light, just disappears.
All right.
And then I slow my pace and wait to be caught.
I continue.
As I am looking around, like dumbfounded.
Okay.
I run up on Aaron. Where to go?
Mister, I can't find my bird. You said you'd help me find my bird. Now the bird is gone.
The agents confer for a second. All right, you two, like 2 of them, like start combing the trees looking for the bird. They don't look like they have any idea where to even look for it. Like I said, dim light. It is rough trying to see anything. You can't see where he went anymore.
These mean men scared my bird.
The other agent says,
Look over at the federal agents. Yeah, see, I told you scared away the bird. We had it. Everything was going to be fine.
all right, we're going to need you 3 to come down to the station with us. We're going to debrief you, and then you'll be released.
Fair enough.
I don't know if I'm wearing briefs.
It's
I'm gonna wait, hold on, not investigate.
What are you looking for?
Whichever. I'm gonna see if I believe them, basically.
okay. I'll go ahead and roll for that. That'd be an
Yeah, and
investigation.
if it's sharp,
there.
it's -1.
-1. All right. You can. As far as you can tell, he seems pretty suspicious of Coke here in his rumpled, disheveled suit. But he seems to be treating you as a fellow law officer who he's maybe not super happy with because you didn't do what his superior officer ordered you to do. But as far as you can tell, he's like, no, you're no longer in a position to help the bird. There's no reason to harm you. He just needs to know what you know.
Well, here's the thing. Before it flew off, the bird was making all kinds of weird noises. I just want to make sure it's fine for the girl here.
I understand. Our agents will take control of the situation from here. You three just come back to the station with us. Again, Agent Rogers, he's in command of the situation. He'll debrief you, and then you'll be free to go.
Aaron's going to tug at his jacket.
Please, Mr. Biddy is my bird. He likes me. He'll come out for me, but he's scared of you.
I'm going to try to charm.
All right, yeah.
That is a 7.
7.
Yeah, with a -1.
All right. All right, I'll tell you what. I'd just call him right now. See if he'll come to you.
It's embarrassing. I don't like. It's usually because I sing to him. He likes it when I sing, but I'm embarrassed to do it in front of other people.
I just do a little nervous girl shuffle.
Okay, well it's all right, darling. We're gonna get animal control out here. These are experienced men, and they'll find your bird. It'll be just fine. But right now it's getting dark, and there's wildlife out here, and the last thing we want is anything to happen to you. So we do need you to come back to the station with us right now.
But there's that funny light out there. Why it's not that dark?
And there shouldn't be a light coming from that mountain. This is a very strange situation, and we just need everybody. If everybody would just get in the vehicle with me, we're gonna take care of everything. Okay?
Oh, wait a minute. We have a little girl here and a strange, unexplained phenomenon going up on there, and you just want to let her leave her pet behind?
I absolutely want her to leave her pet behind rather than stay in this strange situation herself.
That does sound responsible.
All right. I'm afraid I'm going to need everybody to get into the vehicle right now. We need to head back to the station.
Buckeye Oates agrees. he push comes to shove. All right, fine. I'm afraid we're outgunned here.
Yeah.
If we try to fight him, something's gonna go wrong. Listen, little girl, I'm really sorry about you and your bird, and I wish I could help, but my hands are tied. If we try to run now, we're just going to make ourselves enemies of everyone all around us.
You are unbound.
What?
You are unbound. You said your hands are tied. They are not.
It's a metaphor.
What I'm saying is, I don't know if I can help your bird right now. We got these agents here. I'm sorry. They're.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get into another car then.
Yeah. If you just let them take us to the office, I'm sure everything will be fine. They'll find your bird. Everything will be okay.
All things happen for a reason.
She hops in the car.
That's the spirit.
All right. So
Kind of.
you're all complying with the agent and going back to the station at this point?
Yeah.
All right. So he drives you back to the station. The deputies, your deputies are there just milling about, chatting with the agents. Agent, list of names here. Good old Agent. We'll call him Agent Jones. Agent Jones drives you back. All right, this is Agent Rogers. He's gonna take it from here. We're gonna ask you some questions,
and then we'll be ready to go, and I'm sure we'll have your bird ready for you first thing tomorrow morning. Okay, little girl?
Okay.
Okay. So at this point, you're each taken into separate interrogation rooms.
Okay.
With 3 different agents. So we'll take this one by one.
Okay.
Coke. So you're sitting across from the agent. They're none too gentle with you at this point. You know, spotlight in your face, all that stuff. Former Army Intelligence Special Agent Charles Holland Coke.
You can call me Hall.
We're not going to do that. Tell us everything that happened.
Fucking robots. Okay, so I was coming down to visit Oates. We served back in the war, and I had some time off. I took an early retirement, and I just wanted to see how he was doing, reconnect with the old platoon. You guys understand that.
And when did you make contact with the girl, Erin Fortis?
Look, this morning I met up with him, and all of a sudden this case with this bird just happened, and I just got roped into this. I'm still recovering from what I saw back when I served. Agent Rogers.
And what do you say is flipping through a case file here? You've been very busy on the internet, former Special Agent Coke. It seems you've been leaking military secrets under a variety of pseudonyms.
There were no NDAs on those documents. You know that.
I'm afraid we're going to have to take you back to the head office in Phoenix. You're going away, Mr. Coke, for a long time. We'll go over to Oates. Now, Sheriff Oates, thank you for finally cooperating and bringing in Mr. Coke. I understand the two of you have a history in the war.
Yeah, he served under me for a spell. Haven't spoken to him much since the war, though.
And there was an incident, a hostage incident, I believe, during the war. Now, the official report stated that the hostage had a pre-existing thyroid condition which reacted poorly to some drugs given to her by her captors. And that is the explanation for her aberrant behavior. And you upheld that official report, and we do appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. What I saw was just a scared girl who had maybe gotten some chemicals mixed up, and, it's unfortunate and a horrible tragedy and terrifying, but things happen.
Things do happen. Let me tell you something, Sheriff Oates. That was, as you say, a horrible tragedy. This situation... Let me tell you something about the National Embassy to the world. There is a world, Sheriff Oates, beyond and beneath the familiar one, and we believe the people must be protected. We investigate extraordinary reports, and 99 times out of 100, 999 times out of 1,000 even, it's just like it was in Euphemistan, just an ultimately mundane explanation, but certain facts about this case corroborate with other reports that indicate more reliable reports of something very strange going on. That's where we come in. Your partner, your former, partner, is not a team player. But I believe you're a team player, and I believe you will cooperate with us. That bird, we don't know if it's a Soviet experiment, or there are some people in this town who claim it's an extraterrestrial.
Well, isn't that ridiculous?
Of course it's ridiculous, but in the interests of thoroughness, we intend to give it a full investigation. Can we count on the cooperation of you and your department?
I'll be sure to help out in whichever ways I can.
Excellent. Did you notice anything strange about the animal?
Well, it did seem to speak a bit more highfalutin than most parrots I've met. seem to be a tad bit, let's just say, prim and proper. More so than I've seen any bird, much less most people I've met.
Did it seem more intelligent than the average parakeet?
Well, seemed to be able to recognize human speech pretty well and understood some commands. Is that more intelligent than a bird you've seen?
Well, an ordinary parakeet, even a well-trained one, may respond to rote commands. Come, stay, fly, and repeat simple phrases. We've heard reports that this animal was capable of carrying on complex conversations that evidenced independent thought, perhaps even sentient thought. Would this corroborate with your experience?
I would say you could believe that. I still think it was just a very smart bird, but no, it did appear to be able to communicate.
That is consistent with the reports we've been hearing, and the most likely explanation is, as you say, that it is simply a very well-trained bird, or even possibly an elaborate hoax. But just in case, we feel it's very important that we apprehend that animal. Your deputies have already been very cooperative. We've got agents out there searching for the animal. We'd like to bring your deputies and yourself out there to assist us in combing the forest. Can we count on you?
Well, sure. I'll try to spare every man I can.
All right. And we'll hop from there over to Aaron. Now, little girl, was your bird an ordinary bird?
This rumbling in my tummy, is that normal?
Oh, you're hungry. He rustles around. He finds a packet of, looks like airline peanuts. Here you go. You snack on that while we talk, okay?
All right. It's a lot of salt. What was the question?
Now, I'm sorry. He, puts a couple of fingers under your chin. Have your eyes always been like that? And
Like what?
you're... no pupils, no irises.
I guess not. This is the first time it's been brought up.
That seems very strange.
They were saying I should probably see a doctor.
I think that's probably a good idea. You know, we have very good doctors in Phoenix. We can take you down, show you to a specialist, might be able to fix those eyes and make them just as pretty as I'm sure they always were. Would you like that?
I'm fine for right now.
Well, I'm afraid if we don't get those eyes seen to, that they may never get better, and...
Can I have some water?
Oh, of course. He hands you some water. Yes, I'm afraid this is definitely a case for a specialist. We're going to take you down to the head office in Phoenix, all right?
I don't know. My grandma would be pretty worried about me if I left.
Oh, it's okay. We spoke to your grandmother, and she's given us her full permission.
Have you?
We have. Everything's...
What did she say?
Well, she said that she's been very worried ever since your eyes... You said they haven't always been like this.
No.
Yes, ever since your eyes changed, she's been very worried about you, very worried about your health. You know how much your grandmother cares about you. I think it would make her very happy if you came down with us to the hospital in Phoenix, and we'll get you checked out, and we'll get you all taken care of by the very best.
That's wonderful. How long has she not been blind?
Excuse me?
My grandmother, she's blind.
Oh, yes. Well, of course, she knew about your eyes from her dear friend who told her what had happened.
Which friend was this again?
Her friend, Franklin?
Do I have to roll to read into the bullshit? or-
No, you can tell exactly how bullshit. Like you have very well outsmarted this gentleman at this point. He's seeming a bit nonplussed by this apparently preternaturally clever small girl with the blank white eyes.
Oh, Mr. Franklin, yes. How many doors down did he live again?
3 doors down, just like the band.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
New song Superman is quite the hit.
Strange, I haven't seen Mr. Franklin in a bit.
Oh, your memory's fuzzy, honey. We're gonna get that taken care of too.
That must be the case. Do you have anything more more than this? My stomach is really I'm just really hungry, mister.
I'm trying to get him to just leave the room for a moment.
Gotcha. Yeah. At this point, he says, "Yes, we're gonna go ahead. Would you like some McDonald's? Would you?" Try. Yeah, go ahead and roll to manipulate him to see if you
Yeah.
can try and get him to leave the room.
Nothing doing there. That's a 3.
Yeah,
Actually,
we'll-
no. With -1 charm, that's a 2.
Yes, I can see that you haven't eaten yet today. We'll get some drive-through on the way. We're gonna go ahead and take you to Phoenix, and he hustles you out of the room.
Hey, hold on. What about my bird, mister?
Oh, we'll have your bird brought to you in the hospital. He'll be so very glad to see you with your bright, beautiful eyes.
Do you know where my bird is?
Yes, we've got gentlemen out looking for your bird. He's actively guiding you out of the room. He's trying to get you into a car with him at this point.
What about Mr. Oates and Mr. Coke?
Oh, I'm sure they'll visit you too. At this point he's opening the door and trying to get you to go inside.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable.
Oh, it's all right, honey. It'll be just fine.
No, I don't think it will.
He's putting one arm around your shoulder,
I
and
am
you
going
see
to,
you see something. He's got something in his other hand that he's about to clap on the back of your neck. You have a hot second to react, but he's good.
Can I read the bad situation with my cool real quick?
Yes, you can.
All right, that is an 11.
On 11, yeah, he's got some. It's a device. It is some. You have no idea what it is, but he is about to slap you on the back of the neck with it.
All right, this is unfortunate. Hold on, let me.
Got a minute? Cool.
Yep.
Sorry, I just need to read through my rules here.
Yeah, that's fine.
And now, as this is going on, is it obviously they're outside of the building
Yeah.
to the car. Now, are they doing a single file thing where first sits Aaron, then me to another car?
I have my action, so
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
have they started ushering him out yet?
That's what I was. about to ask.
No,
Okay.
you're still being detained in the sheriff's office.
Okay.
I'm going to scream out, "Bad touch! Bad touch!"
He's yeah.
And just trying to shock him as I try to run away.
Okay, trying to get away. All right, roll to act under pressure.
What is that? Cool.
Yeah.
All right, coolness. That is a 10.
A 10. Okay, you are able to just as he hesitates just long enough for you to duck under his hand. It whiffs. He's definitely got it looks like a nicotine patch, something like that he was about to slap on the back of your neck. You're able to just duck and dash out of the way.
Does anybody have eyes on me?
Right now he can still see you, but it's getting dark. You might be able to get away from him, but you just ducked under him and ran. He is just about to go after you. Roll to read a bad situation to see if you can find some.
Let's see. That is reading a bad situation is cool. Cool is +1. That is an 8.
An 8? Okay. Yeah, you look around, and as you're trying to take stock of the situation, you can see that outside of the sheriff's office, there's a dense stand of pine trees over there that you, if you think if you can get out to that, you might be able to duck and weave a little and lose him. But as you take that half a second to read the situation, his hand clamps down on your wrist.
All right, with the patch on it.
Not with the patch on it, the other hand. So you still have, again, just a split second to try and do something before he gets you with that patch.
I am going to, since he now has wrist control and is going to attempt to maintain it, I am going to attempt to, with the momentum of his hand swinging at me, duck it and make him slap it on his own neck.
Okay.
Would that be kick some ass?
Yeah, we'll call that kick some ass.
All right, rolling to kick some ass. That is a That is a 14.
He is correct.
Yep.
All right.
Damn.
So, yep, you pivot and, like, judo style, using his own body's motion against him, pivot, yank with your one hand so that his other hand misses, and then with your free hand, grab it and slap it against his own neck.
Yeah, this is me with my inherent thought of, if these things do deserve to control the world, clearly they would not harm a small girl. So if they were going to, if this thing does harm, fuck it, I failed and I don't care.
No, that's fair. So he shudders for a second as whatever it is takes effect.
And you don't look so good, mister. They should check your eyes.
I need an Yeah, he's exactly. He starts to say something about needing an antidote, and then he starts to slur, and his
Here, let's rest by the trees.
his hand around your wrist goes slack, and he slumps down. You're not able to hold his weight in this little girl body,
That's fine.
but somebody inside did hear you scream, and this all just happened within 2 seconds. You judo chop this guy. He's unconscious now. He seems safe. He seems unharmed. He's breathing, but he is unconscious. But 3 more agents burst out of the door.
Would I have had time to rifle through any of his pockets?
I mean, you could try right now, but those agents
okay,
are right
if they came
there.
out, then-
yeah.
All right, if they have their eyes on me, I'm just gonna make my way for those trees and try to hide in there.
All right. Let's do an act under pressure to see if you're able to evade them in the trees there.
Act under pressure. Cool. That is an 11.
An 11. Okay, so you're able to make your way through the trees, and as you get through, you notice a sharp decline. Not quite a cliff, but a normal person's gonna have.
Am I gonna Nazgul them? Just
Well, it would be real rough for most anybody to get down here safely and quickly, but because you are so small and light, you're able to make your way down on some roots that probably wouldn't hold an adult's full weight, and you are able to get down. They see you down there. One of them gets to the edge of the cliff, slips and falls, and he's butt sliding right past you, totally out of control. The other two come to a stop. They see what happened to him. Nothing doing. They are not so one of them stays up there to try to keep eyes on you. The one that's sliding down is having a bad time. Another one swings around. He seems to be trying to find the best way down, but he's out of your eye shot by now.
okay. So I got one that has eyes on me, one that is toppling towards. I'm assuming at least subtle injury. I'm assuming not permanent harm.
Yeah, he comes down as you watch him. He comes down a little ways away from the bottom into the bottom of this ravine, into some bushes. He's he cries out in pain. He's clearly alive, but he's just as clearly having trouble getting out of this bramble bush under his own power. So at the moment, you have some time to figure out what to do next.
Let's hope those rules are about as bendable as those commandments, old man.
So let's see. I see the one on top that has clear eyes on me. Mm-hmm. Then there's one that's looking to find its way over to me. I am going to attempt to. I'm going to take a moment to try to act under pressure to see if I can spot a good path forward here.
All right.
That is an 8.
An 8? Okay. So, yeah, you can find, I mean, clearly this is not, there's no trail. It's
Yeah, this
not
is not
meant
ideal.
for hiking. Yeah. You're going to go ahead but I mean, you need to get out.
Yeah.
So you're just booking.
And I know if I can get out of eyesight, I'm fine. If I can just do that, I
Yeah.
can do something.
Yeah, so you are able to break eye contact with the guy up there. You, at one point, wang your head against a low-hanging tree branch. Ow! Ugh! But you power through, you keep going. You do take 1 harm.
Ooh.
But it's not...
As soon as I am positive nobody has eyes on me, I am just going to fly to the one place that I believe is safe, and that is Mama Fortuna's.
Okay. Before you do so, you hear from the top of the cliff where the one guard was left. You hear him like radioing for further backup, and then you hear from the radio, I have to do everything myself. And then you hear an unearthly voice.
Assuming direct control.
And you see two red glowing, you're not sure if they're eyes or pinpoints of fire, but something that seems unnatural at the top of the cliff. And then you said you're going to try and...
If I notice that, then I'm going to try to find a place to hide and survey this shit.
It's so you said you were going to try to get out of there. So this is like something that's happening just as you're already committed to that.
Okay.
So go ahead and try and
if I'm not carrying anybody, is just an action.
That's right. You don't have to roll. So yeah.
So basically, I'm just.
So yeah,
you just hear a.
Yeah, there's just a flurry of feathers around you, and through the feathers, you just faintly see this, and then you're at Mama Fortuna's.
I feel like this is as good a time as I need to cut back to whatever the fuck they were doing.
Fair point. So at this point, you're being detained. You are hands behind the chair, handcuffed, just being left there for a moment until they decide what to do with you. You are, like, as far as they're concerned, you're cooperating. You're going to go back out to the woods and comb the woods for that parakeet. All right. Do either of you have an action you would like to take first?
Well, let's see. I'm assuming he's detained behind closed doors.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to just ask for his whereabouts. I'm just going to find a nearby agent. Just, hey, when I came in, there was a little girl and a gentleman with me. Do you have any idea where they are?
Yes, the little girl is being taken to the hospital. We're afraid something is very wrong with her eyes.
I noticed that, but her grandma didn't seem to care much, so I thought it might have been just a thing.
Yes, well, we're also contacting Child Protective Services. It was extremely negligent for this grandmother to let this very clearly serious medical condition continue without treatment. So we're going to see about getting her the help that she needs to escape this negligent situation. As for your former fellow officer, he's being detained for the moment to ensure that he does not leak any further operational secrets, after which he will face full charges, of course, but...
Well, now hold on. Are you saying that Mr. Koch was he leaking information? Was he?
As far as we can determine, he has not leaked any information about this particular operation. However, during his time with the Department for the Investigation of Extraordinary Threats, he learned several classified state secrets, which we have found in his file here, he has been leaking online under various pseudonyms. And he will have to face the consequences for this breach of national security.
He was I was formerly his superior officer. Maybe I can talk some sense into him, make sure he doesn't. Maybe I can get some more information out of him. Would it be all right if I spoke to him?
Roll a manipulate someone.
That is a 9.
The agent, the one you've been talking to, we'll call him, I think we called him Jones before. Agent Jones thinks for a second and then nods his head. I suppose that would be allowable. Yes, I'll accompany you to him. And he takes you with him and opens up the cell, where the interrogation room, rather, walks you in there. He's alone. He's like detained. They apparently think he's a flight risk, but he's not been harmed. And Jones walks in there with you. Mr. Koch, I'll be honest, we've basically given up on you at this point. If it were up to me, you can tell he's starting to do the bad cop thing. If it were up to me, we would put you away for a long, long time, but out of perhaps misguided loyalty, your friend here thinks he can talk some sense into you. What do you say to that, sir?
Well, Sarge knew me better than anyone. back in the armed forces and in the departments.
And yet apparently he didn't know you well enough to know that you are a traitor to your country, sir, and I will throw every book at you that I have to throw.
I fought for this country, sir.
Easy, easy. Now, Mr. Koch, I've been informed that you've been perhaps been a bit of a whistleblower here. Now, is there any truth to that? Because I feel like we had an understanding as far as loyalty.
Sarge, I told you about the department I worked for at the time, before our funding got cut. Mysteriously. Still don't know how that happened.
It was a National Science Foundation grant. Those don't last forever. There's other science to do. Oh, if you would just let me at this guy. Oh, boy.
Agent, calm yourself.
You're lucky he's here. He's the only friend you've got. And if it were up to me, we'd rough you up a little before we send you down to Phoenix.
now,
beep,
easy,
boop,
easy,
beep,
easy.
boop, beep. That's all I hear from you suits.
I'm gonna go cool off.
Yeah, pour some coolant down your pants. Fuck.
Look, if you're gonna start yelling at him like that, it's gonna be harder for me to sweet talk your way out of here. Now listen up.
All right.
I don't know what dumb shit you were doing after the war, but it sounds like you've got yourself a fine mess here, and it's just slowing things down for me.
They didn't do anything prior. I thought I was all right. There were no NDAs on that document. They didn't stop me before. Why now?
Well, whatever you stepped into, it's clearly something they don't want you stepping into, and now it's gotten everyone around here on edge.
Look, guys, I can't let go of what happened. I can't. Oh, it's burned into my head. I can't sleep at night. I can't look at anything with a true eye anymore. This ignorance is.
Bang my fist on the table. Get a hold of yourself, Coach! Now listen. I don't know what the hell you've been snooping around with, but something ain't right here.
Clearly.
We've got a little girl out there. We've got a freaking bird talking about being some God knows what thing from space. And now everybody around here's acting crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what you found, but obviously there's something to it. And I don't know why the hell I'm saying this, but I want to help you. Now, if I can talk these people down, we can just convince them that maybe you can help them look for whatever godforsaken bird they're looking for right now. They might let you out there with me. And then maybe we can get our asses out of this. I'm just going to need you to behave.
I'm curious, would they have heard any of the commotion I caused with my yelling out in the
I was about
hallway
to ask
or
that, yeah.
outside?
No, at the time they were both like in interrogation
Gotcha,
cells
okay.
behind closed doors.
So well sound treated rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I know we were in here doing the good cop, bad cop routine. If this was just me, if we hadn't involved that little girl, I wouldn't be helping you right now. But because this has all gotten intertwined and made into a big mess, I figure the fastest way to her is with you. I poke my head out the door, looking for the agent who furiously stormed off. Is he around?
Yeah, he's just outside. The whole like angry thing was clearly just an act. He's perfectly calm. He's waiting to see if you come out to talk to him and close the door behind you or go back in.
I closed the door behind me.
Did you get anything out of him? He clearly knows more than he's saying. I know you said that the bird just seemed extra like a very intelligent bird, but I swear that guy knows something, and if we can get it out of him.
Here's the best I can manage. I've tried my best to try and talk information out of him. He says he knows where this bird is going, but he won't go with any agents. Now he trusts me not to light up the situation and make things worse for what he's looking at. I've got him to trust me. If you just let him work with me for a bit longer, I think we can have something. I'm going to manipulate this man into trying to let me basically essentially citizens arrest this man and be like, I'm going to take him out. He's going to tell me what he knows.
Gotcha.
And with that, I have an 8.
An 8? Thinks about it for a second. Agent Rogers wouldn't like this. But damn it, you're right. If he knows something, we're not going to get it out of him short of torture. And this is an operational necessity. All right. But I'm with you the whole time. The three of us, we're going to go out there. He's going to show us, if he can show the two of us where that bird got to, and if we can bring that back to Agent Rogers, then I might get out of this with my career.
All right. I I think we can agree on that. I'm going to go speak with him and let him know. If we let too much, if we both come running in there, he's gonna think he's in trouble and probably clam up again. So just let me talk to him.
All right. He agrees.
I head inside. All right. One of the agents is coming with us, but we might be able to get you out here and get back to that mountain and figure out what's going on.
All right.
I need you to keep a lid on all this crazy shit that you keep bringing up. Just for now. Maybe eventually we can shake this guy. Maybe we can just deal with this and be done. Whatever it is that needs to be done, I just need you to not fly off the handle and make things worse than they already are.
Okay.
It's good to see you after all these years.
God damn it, I miss you, Sarge.
All right. So the Agent Jones comes in, acting reluctant. He's vouching for you. If
I'm all yours.
If I find out that you're playing us, then I'm going down, and you're going down, and I will make sure he goes down with you. So if you have an ounce of loyalty to your CO, you'll play this straight. And he lets you out of the handcuffs. All right. So he leads the two of you out into the lobby where it's just like a beehive of activity. There's agents on the radio relaying to other agents, and they're not really paying any attention to you, but you get the deputies are trying to help but making a dog's breakfast of it, like every day.
Yeah.
And but you're able to piece together from pieces of conversation that the girl has gone missing.
Oh, shit.
Well,
As of right now, nobody's paying any attention to you.
I knew something was up with that girl.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, unfortunately, if she's already flown the coop, there's not much we can do. We've got to make sure things that.
My gut's telling me we'll run into her.
She did seem pretty attached to that bird and very concerned.
Yeah.
So she probably knows where it's going just as well as we do.
Mm-hmm.
I look to a nearby officer. Is there a free car I can use? I might have a lead.
Yeah, you've still got your.
Oh yeah, that's right. My
Your Hummer.
Is there a better car? I can...
my Hummer. I keep forgetting that. Like, we disappeared out of it. That doesn't mean it's just gone.
Yeah, well, you did come here in the agent's squad car, but let's say one of the agents seems to have commandeered your car and taken it back. It is there, and there is a spare set of keys in your desk, so you once again have access to your Hummer.
Okay. Me and the agent are gonna go take this witness out to the location. We're gonna see what we can find.
Yeah, agent.
Say that to the room, basically.
Yeah, one of them seems to be starting to like make some objection, but Agent Jones claps him on the shoulder and says, "This one's on me. I will take full responsibility." And that seems to mollify him.
All right, then I will head towards the Hummer and basically point at it for the agent and Coke, you know where to go.
All right.
Shotgun.
So you headed back up the mountain at this
Yes, we're gonna start driving towards that mountain.
point? All right. By this point, it's a ways into the night. The traffic has let up. It's just clear streets. And it's a new moon tonight. No real light, just stars, which are beautiful in northern Arizona. Arizona Tourism Board. But normally visibility would be pretty bad on a night like tonight. Except that light up on the mountain is shining brighter than any full moon you've ever seen. And it's coming as far as you can see out of the mountain itself. Like just a sliver of the mountain, not quite up to the peak, but a ways down below it, is glowing brightly.
As we're driving, I'm just gonna make conversation with the agent who's in the car and kind of still treating Coke as if he is like I'm not entirely sure on him. Just being very somewhat standoffish towards him. Mm-hmm. Just kind of point out the. Sure, it's bright out there tonight. Don't remember seeing that on top of the mountain anytime soon.
Yeah, Jones is looking up there like, okay, I'm starting to believe that this case might be legit. And it's, to be honest, freaking me out slightly.
Don't worry
You know
about
how
it.
I feel.
Don't you worry about it, Jones. I've seen plenty of stuff. I'm sure there's some explanation for this. Someone's probably just got some sort of weather balloon or something up there just making lights.
Yes, a weather balloon, a pocket of phosphorescent gas. He's like clearly like going over the
Listing.
canned explanations that they have for this sort of thing. The boys in cleanup will figure it out. All right, we've got, and he's getting on the radio, like corresponding with the other agents. Seems like they haven't found anything from either the girl or the parakeet. And he's just relaying to them like he's coming up the mountain to help them back up. Right now they're fanning out and combing the woods. So you get past the roadblock that had been there before with Jones there with you. He's able to just flash some ID and get right through. And you come up to the ski lodge, which is as high as you can get by car on this mountain.
Okay.
And according to what Jones has found out on the radio, they've already like turned the place upside down and haven't found anything. And at this point, they're just, I mean, you guys didn't even get near it before.
Yeah.
So it's a logical place to search. They've already searched it and moved on at this point. They're operating on limited manpower, and there's a whole mountain here. They're right now focusing on places that the girl and Biddy might have gotten on foot. And as you approach, you see silhouetted against the mountain. It seems larger than a bird for a second. But then you blink your eyes and it's like, no, it's clearly just a small household parakeet. Lights on a branch just outside of your reach. And looks down at you. Pretty bird, pretty bird, pretty bird. He's doing his pretty bird routine again. He's looking down at you like trying to figure out, okay, there's this third person here. What's going on?
What do we do?
Is this cool?
Okay, so he landed and is announcing his presence to all three of us with the pretty bird.
Yeah, he kind of can't announce his presence to you
Yeah.
without also to Jones, so this is the compromise that he's found for himself.
All right, I point up. That's the bird you're looking for?
It's a plum-headed parakeet. That's what we've been instructed to look for. It's not acting more intelligent than an ordinary parakeet, but it could be playing dumb. Biddy, he's like beckoning to Biddy. Biddy looks down. Biddy, yeah, Biddy, and then looks at you. Pretty bird.
Well, Biddy, this is the bird I've heard so much about, ain't you, precious? Well, it seems like we found what we've been looking for, Agent. It's simple as that. It's just a regular bird.
We're gonna have to take it back to the lab and confirm that it is no more than it appears, but we can't do that until we get it down from here. Did it seem? Did it have commands that it was trained to follow? Were you able to get it to obey you before?
Well, I mean, it's the damnedest thing. The last time I was out here, it seemed like it just kept trying to fly away from me and just get out of here as best it could. And I don't know the damnedest thing, but it just seems like it's being so friendly right now.
Pretty bird, fly away, pretty bird. It hops up to the next highest branch, and as it does that, you see coming out of the woods surrounding this, like the cleared off area where the ski lodge is, you see glowing eyes come out of the woods, and out steps 2 wolves and an elk. Which is weird, because normally you wouldn't see 2 wolves hanging around with an elk, but it's moving like part of the pack, and they're fanning out and coming towards you.
Sarge.
It's just a little bit of a wildlife situation here.
I'll say.
We're just gonna read this bad situation real quick. I get a 13 on that.
Nice.
13. Okay, so that's a very good score. So you are seeing their eyes aren't just red, they're glowing, like actually casting light. Something is very strange about these animals. The wolves are growling, and you could swear that the elk was growling too. there is something unnatural happening, and they are coming out from the forest and trying to make their way towards, like, you're right by the entrance to the ski lift right now. They seem to be trying to, they're not attacking yet, but they're moving towards you as though to herd you away from the ski lift.
All right. I think these animals, I don't know what's going on, but these animals, they seem to be, they're grouping up. I looked to the agent with us. I think we better split up and try to just get these animals away from here. We got to start splitting up and running. Which way you going?
The agent pulls, actually, roll manipulate someone to see if he goes along with this.
7.
7? He shakes his head. No, we need to stay together. We'll go back to the vehicle, radio for backup. And right now the wolves start yowling and howling, and the three of them, they're breaking towards you. They're charging you now.
Okay, how far away is the car from us?
You might be able to get to the car before the animals reach you, but it's going to be a close thing if that's what you decide to do.
Yeah. You want to take that risk right now? I say, pointing at the wolves coming at us. I'm making a break for it. Coke, you're with me. And I just,
Roger.
All right.
If I could have an interim for like while they were driving.
Yeah,
up
sure.
the-
Yeah, let's
I
take a
have
break.
Something that I can.
Yeah, okay. So let's break from this right now.
Yeah, 'cause I was going to get to them at some point, and I was hoping it would be before they got to the mountain.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's a nice cliffhanger to leave these two on. Now you've gotten to Mama Fortuna's when last we met. What are you up to now?
Yeah, I just like exhale, just trying to make sense of what I saw. Obviously, first things first, I'm making sure that there's like I'm trying to listen through the house to make sure like nobody came here like looking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously they don't like I just left, so they wouldn't have gotten here by now. But
Gotcha.
making sure that there's nobody in the area.
I'm gonna roll a read a bad situation for you. Your sharp's -1, you said?
Sharp is 0.
0. Okay.
Yeah, mine's
so
Reading
no.
a bad situation is cool, which is +1.
Oh, that's right. +1. Okay. It looks like someone's been here, but you can't tell if it was just Mama Fortuna just doing her normal thing. You can hear her in what you presume is her bedroom. She's snoring quite loudly. So it might have been somebody looking around for you. It might have been just her making dinner and leaving a mess. It's hard to tell.
All right. Well, I'm going to enter just try to find a place where I can like dress the wound on my forehead real quick because I assume there's like some blood going there from where I hit my head.
Okay. Let's see. Roll a. So yeah, you find a first aid kit in the bathroom with some bandages and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not looking to undo harm. I just want the blood to stop trickling.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll an act under pressure, which is cool, I believe.
6.
A 6. Yeah, you're able to stop the bleeding. It's yeah, the harm is still present, but you're able to bandage it up at least.
Just kind of close my eyes for a second. Father, I don't understand these things. They're so manipulatable. They're so weak and petty. I still don't get it. I'm here to... I trust in your vision. I want to trust. I want to believe. Had to pull one of those.
Yep.
There it is.
Actually, roll a plus weird real quick.
Plus weird.
Yeah.
10.
10. You actually hear an answer to your prayers. The voice a quiet voice inside you says, just gives you the impression, it's not hardly even in words, but you feel like something's changed. That what you saw right before you zapped over here was not just your imagination. Things have gotten a lot more dangerous, and it's very important that you get back to Coke and Oats as quickly as possible.
Your will be done. But first, I step out into the hallway, just kind of like at the top of I step out in the hallway, go towards the front door, which I'm assuming is the only entrance into this place.
Yeah, as you step out towards the front door, there's a window, and before everything had been shuttered up. That's one of the reasons you can tell that somebody's been doing something. Now the blinds are open, and you see that eerie light emanating down from the mountain. Something's clearly going real weird up there.
Yeah. I'm going to outside the door because I don't know what these things were. I don't know if they were demons.
Yep.
I've probably never really, living in heaven, probably never really encountered very many.
Yep.
So I'm going to, at the front door, cast Circle of Protection, which forms a stationary circle that repels unholy beings. It's large enough for 3 to 4 human-sized creatures to be protected. I just have to roll to use magic for it, and basically it's just like a barrier around this door and window area that nothing's going to be waltzing through it if it be of unholy nature, unless it's something way beyond my power, like a demon prince or something. And that is a... This is plus weird 10.
A 10?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so...
There goes my phone.
So you feel just a little bit of that divine presence in you still, and you get the distinct impression. Normally, this is something that you would have to constantly maintain to keep it up, but because that divine presence is still within you from before, you feel certain this dwelling will be kept safe. This woman who is the grandmother of the child who was so kind as to give you the use of her fleshly being will be protected.
And with that, I look up, I look at the mountain, and I'm gone. And I will appear wherever they are, wherever time would have.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's when these creatures are starting to charge at them. I'll probably appear without a thought, like behind them.
Yeah. So you guys, this time, before you had your eyes closed and something weird was happening and you didn't know what, this time you see it, and it's directly in front of you. A flurry of wings appears out of the air, and then there's Aaron, just as Jones is. These wild unnatural animals are heading directly for him. He breaks for the car. He's like looking back over his shoulder, hoping that you guys follow him, but he's concerned with his own safety right now.
Okay.
So I see these animals like charging as like you guys are running towards me. And I will, again, second verse, just push out my arms and try to create a barrier that these things hopefully will not be able to walk through.
All right, give it a try.
That is a 9. My protection is incomplete, but it is...
Okay, so you guys see a glowing ring arise around you. And interestingly, so you were instructed, don't reveal your nature to anyone, to humans anyway.
Yeah.
And these two have just seen it, but nothing seems to be happening. You seem to be okay. But, so the wolves just bounce off of this like there's some kind of invisible wall keeping them away. But the elk makes its, like, just as the circle goes, the elk slips in before it closes.
I can hold the rest, but I can't take that one. Hurry!
They're banging against it, growling and snarling. The elk puts its head down, and it's charging directly towards you, Sheriff.
All right, I'm gonna kick some ass and try and shoot it with my pistol.
All right, let me just pull up my stats for Mr. Elk here. There we go. All right. Go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
Oh no. This is about as close to a nat 1 as you can get in this system.
Snake eyes?
Almost. So we've got a 3 on the die, which with my tough gives me a 5.
It's like, no problem, Lil. What the fuck? Okay.
I'll protect you, little girl.
Oh no! It's an elk!
Look out, he's coming right for
So
us.
majestic.
Okay, so your shot goes wild, like just pings against one of the antlers, doesn't seem to do any damage, and
for the record, there is a way I could get out of this, but I need to use the whole bonus, and then that gives Ben free reign to give me -3 in the future. So I'm just gonna go ahead and eat whatever this elk's cooking.
Yeah, so it's a miss, doesn't do any damage, and the sound of the gunshot, Jones has just made it to the car. He hears that, turns around, and sees this glowing circle of protection apparently coming from this little girl. And he grabs the radio. We've got a code Alpha, we've got a code Alpha, we've got something seriously strange happening here, and
Oh, great, you were followed.
you feel a bit of your holy aura slip away.
Oh, no.
You've just, someone knows, if not exactly what you are, enough that you're in a bit of trouble when you get back.
Whatever.
Yeah, so this...
I am to be fair, I am upholding Structure 1 strongly.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair.
I have a bit of a meta question. Since I was detained, obviously in my gear, I do have my service pistol. I was detained, so how would I get that bag if I were to like assist in, fighting the elk?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Let's you want to say for the sake of argument, I mean your SUV is a sheriff's vehicle. It has
it will
you would have had the opportunity to supply him with a weapon before
Yeah,
this.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's
for story's sake.
yeah, that's fine.
How we
Okay.
slip that past the agent is up to you.
Bit of a soldier's.
Could you hand me something from the glove box?
Sure.
Under the map.
All right. So this elk is still barreling down. You two have done all you can do before it gets to you, but you can still take one action if you think you can do something about
Well,
this.
I haven't really done anything, so I'm gonna try and kick some ass with the pistol that I was graciously given by my sarge.
All right.
So that'll be whatever I roll +1 for tough.
Ooh.
11.
11. All right. What's the harm rating on that pistol?
It is 2 harm, close, loud. That's the
Okay.
suffixes for this.
Yeah, so at this point the bullet clips one of the elk's forelegs. It's hobbling now, but it is now, and it does take harm. But oops, that's not that. That's here we go. All right, so this all happens almost simultaneously. Pting! It's hobbling, but its antlers, it's gotcha, Sarge.
It still had momentum.
Yep, it still had momentum. It closes to horny distance, and
Gets within horny range.
yep, it misses your center of mass because it's like falling as it does this now. But its horns clip your gun arm. You take 2 harm.
God damn!
And you drop your gun.
All right, this does say it forms a stationary circle. It does not seem to say that I need to maintain it.
I forgot to write that down, but yeah, you do
Okay,
have
it's
to
something I
actively
have-
maintain.
okay, I
Yeah,
didn't know.
sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, so
I'm holding out wolves.
you are holding back both wolves, and it is taking an effort at this point. You can hold them for a while, but not forever.
I don't have long. How's it going? I'm trying. I haven't held a gun in years.
All right, so at this point, you've Oates. Anything that you do is going to take a negative with your recent injury.
That's fair.
So it's down to you. This animal is currently like biting and tearing and going after your Sarge. What do you do?
Oh, you said oats. I was like,
Oh
what?
yeah, sorry,
Okay.
Coke. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
I was like,
Oates-
I'm kind of already screwed, so
Yeah, I
it's
was
up
about
to
to
me.
say,
This
I'm
is
like-
bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you can think of something you can try it now. But Coke is
Okay.
in the best situation to try and do something about
Okay,
this.
So I managed to shoot one of the forelegs. It's barreling down, head down first, aiming for Sarge. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I don't know if this would count as either kick some ass or protect someone, but I'm going to charge at the elk, try to get on top of it, and put the pistol towards the back of the head and fire. What would you?
Okay, I'm gonna call that a kick some ass.
Kick some ass? All right, so same thing, but +1. 4, 5.
All right, you go for it, and through some sheer animal instinct, it senses you, whips its head around, its antlers catch your gun hand, your gun clatters a little ways away, onto the ground, and you take 2 harm.
Okay. So.
Hey Ben, something I forgot to kind of take into effect. This armor I have, when I hit my head on that tree, did I take that harm or did my armor absorb any of that harm?
You did take that harm because that
Okay.
armor is,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, once you use it, it becomes clear that you've used it, so you
Gotcha.
do have to
No worries.
will it into existence. Yeah. So, all right, at this point, this thing is just going crazy, and you notice, too, that before its eyes were glowing, its midsection is glowing now. Something is welling up out of it, and things look like they're about to get real bad. You've got a split second to react, either of you. Or
man.
any of you, but you would have to drop the circle.
Yes. Can I try to, while maintaining this, can I read a bad situation?
Yes, but take disadvantage.
Okay. All right. No, I'm too focused on this shit. That's a 4.
There's an elk in here, and that's probably
I'm
bad.
I'm not even looking at it.
Yep.
Sounds bad. Is everything okay?
We got it!
I hope so.
All right. I'm going to try and act under pressure and try to reach for my gun wherever it is.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm taking a disadvantage on this with my injuries.
Yeah, you'll just take a -1 on that.
Oh, okay. That is a 12, so -1, 11.
Okay, so that's still a success. You're able to find your gun, but that's all you can do.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and do protect someone again and try to get on the elk and try to pull it away. So,
All right. Go ahead and roll a protect someone with. We'll just go with a protect someone.
okay. So that so tough.
How tough are you? Not so tough. Ah.
I still have 2 luck though.
Yeah.
Probably a good time to use.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my luck to just
To make
12
that a
it.
12.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. All right. So you calling on some inner
Just a-
reservoir of fortitude.
adrenaline rush.
Yeah, you hop on this thing's back, grab its antlers. It's like a bucking bronco now.
Sounds like it's going well.
And it is not liking this. It.
Take the shot, start. Fuck!
All right. So you are able to somehow move it away and get it clear of the Sarge, and then this thing explodes with you on it into just gore all over you. You take 3 harm.
Fuck.
But because you were able to successfully protect someone, you got it away from the other 2 before this happened, so they are spared.
Okay.
Splat.
So,
Yeah, you get splattered but not harmed.
Get him.
You are, because you've taken what, 5 harm at
5,
this
yeah.
harm?
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
He is like 3rd-degree burns all the way down the front of him. He is in bad shape at this point.
Jesus Christ.
But on the plus side, the elk's not a threat anymore.
Now, bullets can fly through this shield,
right.
just so you know.
Okay, well, I am going to, so the other agent's in the car, wolves are out there, I've got this gun,
Bouncing off this invisible glowing shield.
I take aim at the wolves, unfortunately I'm just gonna have to look at Coke a little bit later. Kick ass, I am heading over there, I'm going to, being able to see where these wolves are just bouncing against something, I'm going to get myself lined up to a good shot for these things, since clearly they can't move.
Gotcha. Well, on the plus side, it is a point blank shot. On the negative side, they are just wailing around like nuts. So go ahead and roll to kick ass.
Hey, that's a real kick-ass there. That's
Nice.
That's gonna be a 14.
Okay, what's the harm rating on that gun?
This harm rating is 2 harm.
2 harm. Okay, let's see. So you're not able to like get it directly through the head, but you do get it like in the breastbone. It is hurting. It's like yelping and but whatever is inside it, whatever is animating it to attack you, is just forcing it against its better instincts to continue snapping at the barrier.
All right, now that one has been shot, I'm going to focus on the one that is unharmed.
Okay.
Drop the barrier, and as it pops through, I will reach out my hand and banish evil.
Okay.
Cast out evil.
That takes a weird roll, I believe. Or is it a tough roll?
It is a tough roll.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Hoo-dee-hoo, that is a 11.
11. Okay, so this wolf, the uninjured one. Yeah, something as the barrier drops, something comes out of Aaron's hand, flies.
dog.
Yep, flies toward the wolf, and the eyes stop glowing. It looks around like,
Back to your master.
and it appears to be a normal wolf again, and it looks around to see what's going on, and it sees all kinds of nonsense. It doesn't know what. Its packmate is next to it, clearly injured. It bolts. All right, so
I turn to survey the situation. What I see,
yeah, so you see the situation, and at this point, the remaining wolf, like, again, not feeling good, but driven by an unseen force, is going after now you. It's charging at you.
I am going to try and protect her.
All right.
In my mind, you are still a little girl despite all this craziness. Not the best. I'm protecting her with a 7.
With a 7? All right. So that... Let's see, with a 7. All right, that wolf, you just body shield. You don't know what's going on, but this little girl must be protected. If you had one of those nice big padded gauntlets that they use to train dogs,
Probably have been fine.
then you probably would have been fine. As it is, it chomps down on your forearm and you take 2 harm. And you see, just like the elk did, this wolf, something is welling up in its midsection. It's starting to glow red.
all right.
You've got a split second to take some action to try and save you.
All right, I got this one. As you are reaching out, and as this wolf is, flailing on your arm, I'm going to swing around the side, and from apparently out of nowhere, you see a shimmering blade of fire as I attempt to slice this wolf's head off with an 11 again.
With an 11? Okay, it sees it coming, and it lets go of Oat's arm, and as it looks over there, it just barely starts to snap at your sword arm. But before it can get to you, the sword ignites and comes down on its neck. What's the harm on that weapon again?
That is a 3 harm.
It is a 3.
3 harm. Hand, fire, holy, ignore armor.
Okay. So, yep, just bites down into, doesn't quite cut all the way through, but... And then you pull it out. Its head comes about halfway off. It slumps down. The wolf is slain.
Oh my god!
I tap you. I tap you on the shoulder, and what is this roll for cool? Okay, that's a 10 for cool on lay on hands for him. You heal, you feel yourself begin to sort of rejuvenate as it says it heals 2 harm.
Okay, which of them are you healing?
I'm tapping him on the arm as I'm on my way over to him.
Okay, so yeah, you heal for 2 harm.
I just kind of tap him, pat, there.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
All right, and you're on the ground, burns all down the front of you. You're basically bleeding out at this point.
I'm not as good as his son, so forgive me.
And I put my hand on your head.
Loving this.
I'm not as good. That's a 9. I'm gonna take some of that from him, I think.
Yeah, so you had, let's see.
I had 1 harm, and he has.
Yeah, so you had, that 5 was from, if I'm remembering correctly, you had like 2 from a bite and then another. Yeah, so you are healed for 2 harm. So the bite's still there and it's still bleeding, but the burns seem all better. They are not all better, they're just on you now. You've got 3 harm worth of burns down the front of you.
Ooh, I take 3 harm for healing his 2? Jesus, that was not
Well,
a
no,
good
you
trade.
healed his 3. He's still got
okay.
2 from a previous injury.
okay,
So
cool.
he had 2 injuries. You healed the more pressing one, but only by taking it on yourself.
Sorry, Aaron. Sarge. I need my notepad. I have just seen some shit.
I'm gonna need more band-aids.
So
Jesus Christ!
I head over to the
yeah, at this point you are like 3rd degree burns. You are not quite as bad as he was because he was on death's door, but you need medical attention.
Okay, Sarge.
We gotta get this girl out of here.
Yes.
I attempt to pick her up, assuming she's just an injured girl.
I can walk.
Okay, go start the car. You
Kind
have
of.
the keys.
So Biddy flits down.
Hi, Betty.
Yeah.
Oh, this is terrible. I'm terribly sorry. Could one of you, obviously she needs medical attention, but if we get her to my ship, we can heal her. I have a medical facility, a med bay there. As soon as we're inside my ship, everything will be okay.
Okay, how far are we from it?
Real quick, just to put this in there, I'm going. Can I investigate this mystery real quick? I want to see if I'm going to actually.
Pick up on anything that's going on.
Yeah, as the guy who's supposed to be the skeptic, am I going to finally be like, all right, you know what? Yeah, fuck, go into the car and trying to go back to a
right.
hospital. If we can get help at your ship, that's closer.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll that for you. Seems like he's telling the truth. Like, he should be able. Obviously, he really wants to go to his ship, and that's been his priority
Yeah.
all along. But you think it should be okay. You think he can help her out too. Like, everybody's interests seem to be aligning.
This has been one of the strangest days in my tenure as sheriff. But goddamn it if I don't believe you. Where do we have to go?
We've got to get. I mean, you see the glow?
Yeah,
Obviously.
Yeah, Aaron kind of just points up the mountain.
That way.
Yes, we need to go towards the glow. If we can just get you there, everything will be all right. We just need to get. That's my ship. It's inside the mountain. And as soon as we get up there, everything will be fine.
I head towards the ski lodge, mentioning that there should be a ski lift on our way somehow to get up there quickly. We'll have to see if we can turn it back on.
Yeah, you can see right where the ski lift is. It's the big attraction
Yeah.
here. So you can head right towards it. As you do, you see a pair of glowing eyes coming up from the SUV where Jones was radioing for help. Jones comes up following you, but Jones is different. His eyes are glowing red. This seems to you, Aaron, even in your weakened state, you can tell this is clearly demonic. Don't trust the bird.
Look, Jones, I understand things have gotten really hectic.
Drop the crap.
The bird wants to destroy you. He's the precursor to an invasion. You and I are obviously not on the same side, but if they take over this planet, neither of us win.
See, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that one. I know you and I are at odds. Also, like, you seem to be able to choose your, suits here. Like, what's up with that?
They gave you the shitty toys.
Is that so? Well... What leads you to believe that these little... what do I call you, Buddhists? That they're the ones that are going to destroy this place? And why does that upset you?
Because we don't want to destroy it. We want to control it.
I'm going to try and head back to run back to my car while this is going on. They're going to be having a conversation and trying to do that somewhat unnoticed, or like just be like, they're clearly dealing with something. I'm gonna move back to that car because I want to grab my riot gear out of that because I'm starting to think this might not be safe.
Go ahead and roll and act under pressure to see if you can.
Okay. That'll be a 12.
A 12. Yeah, he is entirely focused on Aaron and on the bird. You were able to get back there and just slap on your
slap
flak.
on my riot gear, and hey, you know what? I've got that grenade launcher in there. But you know what? Xavier County decided to spend a pretty penny on arming the sheriff.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and put those tax dollars
at
to
work.
use.
Yep.
That's
So-
why we had the 2% tax increase.
So how long have you held their government exactly?
Not the government, just the NEW. That's all we need.
Well, that's new.
Yep.
If you'd been a team player, you could have been part of new, Coke.
Well, you know what they say. Coke's a hell of a drug.
There's a lot of layers to this I'm picking up.
Yep. He did warn us that there'd be a lot of puns.
No, you're right. He told us.
Look who's our DM.
I now return to this scene significantly more armed than I was previously.
Okay, so you are back behind him now. He's still paying no attention to you. As far as he's concerned, it's even as injured as she is, it's the girl who's the threat. Give me the bird, and you all walk away. The washout,
Hey,
the non-believer, and the hostage.
Willing complicit individual, thank you. I did not ask for this.
Agent, I have to get this girl up there right away. I've been led to believe there's medical attention that she can be given past you. Please, stand aside.
At this point, let me find it here. Don't need that anymore. Okay, hearing you behind him, he appears to decide that talking time is at an end. He, lightning quick, whips out. It looks like it's shaped vaguely like a gun, but it is not the 9mm service pistol that you're familiar with. Whips it out and fires it at the bird.
No.
The bird, before you can do anything about it, you hear just this high-pitched whine, barely within the range of your hearing, come directed out of the barrel of whatever this is he's holding up, hits the bird. Biddy clearly does not like this. He, whips his head back and shrieks, and you see, for a moment, a silhouette of a bird-like shape, but much larger, rise out of him. And then go back. The thing in his hand goes down for a second. Biddy's you see he seems to be bleeding out of his ears a little. I don't think I can take another one of those. And he tries to fly, and gets just off of your finger, and then goes down to the ground. He's stunned. You now have a moment to take an action before he does something else.
All right. Well,
I'm just gonna be like, you know what? We'll finish this conversation later. I point my hand to the side and banish evil, or attempt to.
Okay.
That is an 11. If this thing is holding on to this body, it's
Okay.
getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, so the same way as the wolf, the thing that's animating, in this case Jones, goes out. This time, it doesn't just disappear. You see a horned human-like figure rise out of him for a second, and you hear, "Banish me, but don't trust the bird," and then it dissipates, and Jones falls to a knee for a second, breathing heavily, and then raises his head and looks around confused. What? I remember going back to the car, and then what's happening?
Jones.
I'm gonna walk over to Jones. Are you okay, mister? and I'm going to attempt to pickpocket one of those things that they were trying to slap on me off of him.
Okay, roll an act under pressure.
I'm gonna use one of my luck to make that a success.
All right.
'Cause that's snake eyes, and I don't want to deal with that bullshit.
Yep. Okay, you are able to get, like, you thought it looked like a nicotine patch before. That's exactly what it looks like now. Just a little adhesive. This one's wrapped up in paper like a Band-Aid, but it appears to be the same thing.
I make the appearance of like, are you okay? Like just trying to like tug on his jacket.
You need. He like shakes it off and seems to see you. My God, we need to get you to a hospital. This is terrible.
Can you carry me, sir?
Yes. He's shaking it off. But I need the bird. Where's the bird?
Oh,
and he's looking around. He doesn't seem to have seen it yet in the strange light. But Biddy's not like trying to flutter his wings. He's gonna see him in just a second if you don't do anything about it.
Oh, I point over towards like some of the darkness in the woods. Oh, he just stepped off that way. And the instant he turns his head, I'm gonna slap that thing on his neck.
Okay, roll a manipulate someone to see if he does the look behind you thing. And take a -1 from your injuries.
Okay, -1. Then that is a 8.
An 8.
Yeah, I had a 10 -2.
Gotcha. Yeah, he. Not sure what a mixed success would be in this. Sometimes these things are a little hard to.
Fallback for this system.
Yeah, they're a little hard to adjudicate.
Yeah.
He blinks really hard.
Yeah, he. All right, he.
Either way, if he gets distracted by the actual bird,
Yeah.
but it's over there, then I'm still doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. All right. So he seems to believe you. He's like looking over there for a second, but he's trying to keep one eye on you. You can, if you want to try and slap him with this thing, you can do an act under pressure, but you will have disadvantage.
Can I use luck under disadvantage if this happens?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Act under pressure. That is. Let's see. That's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a 9 on that as well.
A 9 on that as well. Okay, all right, you succeed in you are able to slap him, but just moving even that much with your burns.
Wow.
Yeah, takes so much effort. You take an additional 1 harm.
Okay, I'm starting to like bleed pretty bad.
Yeah, she is looking bad. This is real bad.
Good night, mister. I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, he shudders, but he's still weakened from having whatever that was in him. He slumps down unconscious.
To the ship?
Absolutely. We need to move.
Okay.
Do you have anything that might help? I can't move good.
That's up to you whether you want to take the time to try and look through this guy's
I'm
stuff.
going to
or-
grab the bird. If it's not able to like move right now,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and
Works
pick him
for
up.
me. Let's go to the
I'll just
thing.
carry Aaron.
All
You
right.
get the bird, I'll get the girl. Let's go.
Ow.
All right. So the bird. How much harm are you at this point, Aaron?
I have 2 until I am at 0. Like I am.
Okay. Yeah,
5 out of
you're
7.
you're pretty well at death's door at this point. The like at this point you're not even sure if she would last long enough to get to a hospital.
Yeah.
So
And unfortunately, I cannot heal my own wounds.
yeah. So you pick up Aaron, like trying to be careful to hold her from the back, which is where she's not burned, like bridal carry style. You scoop up the bird. Biddy is still barely conscious. He is not able to fly under his own power, and he straight up says, This body cannot take much damage. It's imperative that we get to the ship. If this body dies, it will take me. I'm the only one who can operate the machinery in the ship and save the girl. And if this body goes, it will take me some time before I'm able to affect the world again. She will die.
Well, we'll try to get you up there as soon as we can, but if the worst thing happens, is there anything I can do to help her if we get to your ship without you?
It would take a miracle for you to be able to.
Just please get us up there as quickly as possible.
All right, I am going to act under pressure. I'm going to be looking around in the ski lodge, trying to see, well, one, if the ski lift is operational, and two, if it's not running, how I can turn it back on.
Okay, go ahead and roll that act under pressure.
8.
8. All right. So you can see that it's operated by a generator, and the controls themselves are pretty, like, it's a lever. Go, stop. But the generator is what actually runs the thing, and that is not going. So until you get power to that generator, you're SOL. And it's not running right now, and you're not sure what this... It seems to be a gasoline generator. The fuel is not here. It seems like they must store the fuel someplace else during the off-season. So if you can get it fueled, you think you can get it going, but you need something to pour into this fuel tank.
All right, the generator's out of fuel. I'm going to run and check the car and see if there's any fuel tanks in there that we had left over for anything.
All right.
Just to check, but you keep an eye out around here, see if you can find anything that can get this thing started. Because if we don't, this girl is going to die.
I know.
Wouldn't be the first one today, frankly.
All right. Go ahead and, if you're checking the car, go ahead and try an act under pressure again to just see what you can find as quickly as possible.
Okay. 10.
10? Okay, you are able to... You know you have spare gas tanks back there. That's not a problem. It's just a matter of, I gotta get this going as quickly as possible. You are able to get into the trunk, get out the spare gas tank, and get it back over there. But Aaron is just slipping away moment by moment. You're not sure how much time you have left.
Yeah, boy, I can feel myself slipping off this.
Okay, Sarge, we gotta get going. We gotta get going.
Doing everything I can here. I got
know.
the gas.
I know.
Yep. All right. Roll one more act under pressure to try and get this thing fueled up and the generator started.
That is a 12.
A 12. Okay. You have always been just the coolest guy in your unit. When the pressure's on, instinct takes over.
That's my Sarge.
Oh, cool-headed Buckeye.
Yep. You flip up the gas nozzle. You pour just enough gas in. You're eyeballing it. You don't know how much it takes to run this thing, but don't even wait until the whole gas tank's in there. Just like, that's got to be enough. Toss it out. Trail of gas running. Pull out the choke. Yank the starter. It starts up. This generator's running.
All right, we gotta go. We gotta turn on that ski lift. I flip the switch for that and see it going, I'm assuming.
Yep, you flip the switch, and sure enough, it starts going. With a sudden moment of inspiration, you pop the switch one more level up. Turns out this thing has a double speed setting. Who knew? So yeah, you guys are able to board one of the chairs as it passes.
Gone from a ski lift to a ski toss.
Yep. And as you, unfortunately, you haven't boarded one of these things ever. You're not a skier.
Yeah, I hate skiing.
So as you're holding her, you land a little rough in the seat.
Ow.
And she knocks against you for a second, irritating her wounds. You take one more harm. You are, it's real bad.
I'm bleeding a lot.
Yeah. It's looking real bad. But at this point, it's just up to the ski lift to get you there.
I'm going to, not sure if there's much I can do, but just while we're in the ski lift moving, I'm gonna just try and help out, see if there's any open wound or something that I can try and close with either just suturing it or just trying to very quickly bind it.
All right. Yeah.
While you're
roll
doing
it.
that, Aaron's go ahead and roll your result first, I guess.
My help out for cool would be a 10.
A 10. Okay.
I'm assuming we're on a different lift than the other two, just based on how big ski lifts are.
Yeah. Let's say for the sake of argument, this is a 3-person ski lift, and since you're on your lap, it's a little tight, but it's okay. You're all on the same lift.
Look, I don't know how this is going to end. Frankly, I don't really know how your whole situation began, but you guys, you have more in common than you think. You're good people. I've seen bad people. You're not them.
Well, thank you, darling, but I just need to make sure you keep your energy. You stay safe. You just try and hold on, okay?
I'm not.
So she falls asleep at this point, but all you've managed to do with what you have on hand is just you managed to get Coke to worm out of his jacket without rustling her too much and just lay it over her so at least the night air isn't going directly into her burns.
Okay.
It's not much, but she's unconscious but sufficiently stabilized that as long as nothing else happens, I mean, any little thing could send her over the edge, but you think she's stabilized for now.
Okay.
And as you ride this lift up, the glow around you gets brighter and brighter. It's right under you now. And this is not like any earthly light. You're in among it now, and it's going actually through the trees, not just between them, but some of the trunks seem translucent. You can see the ground behind it. And Biddy's barely able to talk.
Yes, that's right. If we can just get to the end, we're right above my ship now. If we can just get to the entrance, everything will be all right.
Acting under pressure, with a 13, can I see the entrance of the ship?
With a 13, you're able to see what might be a cave down. It's not. So you're actually about to pass over it.
Okay.
But with that's a really good roll. So you are able to notice also that this ski lift has an emergency stop lever that you are able to pull. You're stopped. You're directly above what is the only thing that looks like an entrance around here. And Biddy peers down.
Yes, that's it.
Just looks like a little cave there.
If we can just get her in there, and me, obviously, but mostly her and me, because I can run the machines,
then we should be all right. But you're about 20 feet above it right now.
That kind of drop, there's no way she's gonna make it, let alone us.
With my last ounce of conscious strength, can I attempt to float us down there with my wings?
You can try. You'll take a disadvantage.
I'm going to use my last luck point on it.
Okay, then you just succeed. You're good.
All right.
Save her.
Got it. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'll jot all this down later.
we are now inside the ship.
Yep. So yes, you reach like inside this cave. There's a bunch of brush and everything around. You're worried about whether you'll be able to get her through the doors, but Biddy opens his mouth and this sonic something comes out. It's a little like whatever that thing was that the agent used when it was possessed, but that was just a single note. This, you can hear variations in it. There's some sort of pattern to it.
It's like a song.
Yeah. And the brush wavers and disappears, and there's a metal door that, again, with the light emanating through the ship, you can actually see, almost like the whole thing was made of glass. You can see hallways, tubes flowing with liquid running from room to room with bits of bioluminescent, almost looks like plankton running through them. The door is open.
Yep.
So you walk through.
Okay, where's your med bay?
We have to start the engines first. Without main power, nothing will work.
Okay.
Get me to the control room. He lets out another song, and the floor lights up, illuminating a path towards the control room.
All right.
Let's boogie.
I was gonna say I'm gonna help him out in getting there if that's what we need. But
All right.
I'm going to try and help out with a 9 of just. All right, I will get you where you need to go. Just tell me the way, and I will bring you there.
All right. So you're able to follow the path. It's just a clearly lighted path to this control room. You get there, and he, summoning the last of his strength,
hops down. Says, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. I'm so sorry, small friend. You've carried me this far. This body does not have enough strength left in it to operate the controls. I cannot end this body's existence myself from the inside. But if you kill this bird, I'm sorry, small friend, it's you or the rest of us. I need you to take this bird's life, and then I will be free to operate the machinery, and all can still be saved.
You're sure about this?
Somebody read a bad situation.
I'm afraid you are just straight unconscious at this point. The two of you can attempt to decide whether this is something you want to do.
I'll read a bad situation.
All right.
7 plus 2, 9.
9. Something seems fishy about this. Your instincts are not wrong. You can't think what else you can possibly do, but this thing seems way more interested in gaining control of the ship than it does about helping the girl.
Sarge, this doesn't seem right.
What are you saying, Coke?
This thing, this entity, has been hell-bent to get to the ship and control it.
Yeah, and we've been fighting off demons or whatever the hell this is the whole way here.
Do you really need to start a ship to run a med bay?
I don't know. This morning I didn't think there was a ship here.
How's it feel to be in my shoes, Sarge?
I'm going to also read a bad situation. That is the cool. So I also get a 9 for this. Or wait, did you get a 9? I can't remember. Okay, yeah.
I got a 9.
I'm also getting a 9.
Yeah, you guys you're reading the same situation. You've got all the same basic facts. This bird is seeming increasingly, you're not sure if it's lying or if its priorities are just different than how it's been representing them, but it wants to get control of this ship. And at this point, as he's lying there, he manages to stand up, tries to flap his wings, but it's nothing doing. And it opens its mouth, and that sonic sound starts to come out again. Let me find out. Very well. I'll see what I can do myself. Oh, there it is. This time it is just a single sustained note. There's no variation in it. And it gets louder and louder. And Oates, it's a ringing in your head. And it's starting to be painful. And he doesn't seem to be aiming it. He doesn't seem to be trying to use it to operate the machinery. He's
hell
using
you doing?
You take 3 harm. Your ears start to bleed. It's the only way. It's the only way. If I have to attack you to make you kill this body, I will. Damn it. And it seems to need a second to recharge whatever that sonic attack was. And it subsides for a second, but he starts to charge it back up.
I'm just reeling with my ears bleeding for a second.
I'm going to use my last luck to act under pressure in order to set Aaron down, grab Bidicus, and muffle him.
Muffle him. Okay. So that's a luck, so it's an auto success.
Can you spend luck after you roll? Or is it just...
Yeah, you can spend it after you
So
roll.
you may as well roll it.
So yeah, actually, might as well roll, because if it's a success, you can keep that luck.
That's a 7.
Okay, so it's up to you whether you want to accept a partial success or use your luck to make
I'm
that
gonna
a
use my
complete
luck.
success. All right.
Because I have to set Aaron down, and it's a big, complicated action, so...
All right. So you were able to muffle him, and he's too weak to fight back. He falls unconscious, and his breathing seems erratic. You think if something's not done, this bird might die anyway.
Just keeps going.
I thought that would help.
I mean, it helped because he's not attacking you anymore, but you're still in a real sticky spot here.
Sarge,
All right, I'm going to. All right, act under pressure. I'm going to look for what seems to be the med base. I got fucking snake eyes, so I'm going to take a luck. No. I'm going to look for anything medical to help this girl.
Okay.
Stabilize me. Help
Yeah,
me.
yeah, just
Yeah.
to keep her from death. Like more than anything is like.
Regaining consciousness would be amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fantastic.
I would
but
love to be a part of this.
But I'm not
Yeah.
a doctor, so I don't know if I can handle that. My goal is the best of my abilities with what is available.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, since that is a max roll, basically a critical success, you're looking around trying to find anything, an alien first aid kit, anything. You're coming up with nothing. You don't know if Bidicus was lying, or if you just don't know what to look for in an alien ship, but there is just nothing there. But with a critical success, you next think, okay, all I can do is try to tend to this girl as best I can. And you, not knowing what else to do, just try to do mouth to mouth. That doesn't really work on burns, but you're panicking at this point, and you are able, through some sheer force of will, to actually bring her back to consciousness for a second. You're still on death's door, but you can attempt at least one more action.
The action I am going to attempt. It is the only thing that I think it could possibly assist in this situation.
All right.
I feel like we've got a lot of tied hands here.
A bit. I feel like there's a lot of things that have
Oh,
happened
here
here.
comes the hourglass.
Great. Okay, I get one move on this one. Oh man. I am going to point at the bird.
There can be only one God.
And I'm gonna cast out evil on it, assuming that whatever it is, it said that it's inhabiting this body.
Yeah.
That is, oh man, what is that? 6, 7. That is an plus toughness, right? 9.
Okay.
Meaning it doesn't work right away, but
Yeah. So the force that is animating this bird departs. It takes a second. It takes a sustained effort.
and it would save the bird in theory.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the bird is already on death's door. As soon as
I can
this
only do so
force,
much.
as soon as this force has left the bird, its breathing stops.
Damn it.
And for a second, you see, again, a bird-shaped shadow, this time even stronger than before, rise up out of it. It seems solid for a second, with glowing orange lamp-like eyes. And it looks less like a bird, its wings are shaped more like a moth, and you smell this dusty smell coming from it. It disappears for just a split second. And then all of a sudden, you hear and feel through the floorboards the vibration. The ship is humming, and it's coming to life. A view screen pops up in front of you, and you can see just outside the mountain right now, with a great trembling, the ship begins to lift off. With a goodly portion of the mountain still on top of it, it rises up. The ship becomes, you could already sort of see through it because of this strange translucent light. Now it is entirely transparent. It's like you're standing on a glass floor, and you see below you as the ship rises up, and above you as the rock starts crumbling down over it, over the town, crushing the town of Sedona, Arizona. Terrific. The ship lifts off and shoots toward the stars.
Oh, the tabloids are gonna have a field day with this.
I'm sorry, you guys got the bad ending. You're all abducted by aliens. You shouldn't have trusted the bird.
Hey, you know what?
Guys.
With my sheriff instincts, I trusted that bird.
Yeah.
I was trying to think I needed something to happen in order for Aaron to be back conscious, and I'm like, there's nothing else I can really do here. The only other thing I was thinking about doing in that situation is just praying to get strength, but then I don't know how to attack this thing. Like, I'm assuming it was some sort of spiritual entity or some sort of metaphysical entity that I could harm in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, there were ways things could have gone, but with all those rolls and especially all the injuries you guys took that gave you more negatives, it kind of went into a downward spiral towards the end there. So
I should have burned my luck when healing is burns, I guess.
Yeah, that might have done it, but. Well, sorry for the downer ending, everybody.
No, actually, I kind of like that because I feel like we very frequently are seeming successful as parties. And
no, it's fine getting sucked out there. I don't know exactly what happens to an angel when it leaves Earth's atmosphere. I'm guessing.
I think the ambiguity is fun enough with this bad ending. It's
assuming
bad, but we don't know what happened.
I'm assuming your host dies in transit.
Oh, Aaron's definitely dead.
Yep. Oriel will probably spend a couple thousand years encased in crystal in a state of stasis until the Almighty decides what's best to be done with him. You two are probably getting anal probed a lot.
I didn't believe in aliens this afternoon.
But did their relationship get solved?
I mean, that was your mission, and it did seem to get solved. So hey,
boom, success. Sort of.
That's pretty good. That's great.
Partial success.
What's so funny is you came in here being like, we're friends, and like in mine, it's like you lost touch. You don't really like him. It's like, okay.
Yeah, my whole thing was I'm supposed to teach you guys how to like repair your differences. That was my goal. Like, I didn't really care too much about the bird.
Our Scully and Mulder sides of this didn't come out a lot. It was just me being like, yeah, whatever, dummy. Sure, I'll go. I hate my job.
But yes,
I saw the bird as a means to an end to try to repair your relationship.
But
since you were so gung-ho and clearly something about, I was like, this bird must be real then.
Lord, I can't wait to see the comments for this.
Yep. Well,
it's your fault for working in mysterious ways, Dad!
Well, after last week's fun power fantasy, I thought it might be fun to realize, hey, it's a one-shot, the stakes are lowered. What if it were possible to actually lose? That's not to say that it was a no-win situation, but the odds were very much stacked against you.
Fair enough. It was either the demons won or the bird won. Neither situation seemed beneficial to me.
Right. Yeah, it's I was very close to believing that bird.
Yeah. I was over here rolling secret like rolls for you guys, and it was coming up low every time.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, if you'd caught on, like obviously there might have been other challenges, but the ending might not have been, hey, everybody gets abducted by aliens, and that nice town that I clearly have a lot of affection for in northern Arizona gets crushed by a mountain. Yeah.
Bye, Mama Fortuna.
She didn't see it coming.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Turns out,
Classic DM ending.
I was gonna say we get away from our normal at the table antics, and yet you still bring an old lady Big Rock
Mountain.
knocking.
Bringing her right back into this. But you know what? Before we leave, we got some fan art to look at here,
That we
ladies
do.
and
Yes,
gentlemen.
indeed.
Tyler, you cool holding that one over?
Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brian, if
Brian,
you would,
go ahead and,
Brian
take
knows
care of that
the
for
knows
us.
the
He
drill, knows the
He's
routine.
knows
done
the
that
what's
side of
it's-
things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tyler, for holding down the tech station while Brian was getting to play with us.
And thank you, Brian, for joining us.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Damn it, Biddy.
all the little bitties.
In a tree biddy.
Tree bitty. About tree bitty.
And yet, Biddy was up a tree at one point.
Several times.
Grammatically, I couldn't work it. Let me know when you're ready.
I am ready. Go ahead and drop us our first art. Right here by Kyle Rabosi. We got the full cast,
crew.
including all of our newcomers, Dagon and everybody else. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank after
Mr. Large,
Yeah,
Frida,
Mr. Large, Frida,
Jillian,
Jillian Harvest,
Frank Motion.
Him too. Which one's? Oh, he's the chef.
Yeah.
Brandy's under the serving lid.
Charlotte?
Everybody's having a great time, and I love it. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Thank you so much, Kyle. Yeah, I just had like a weird.
Big ol' air pocket.
Yeah, it's like half burp. Kyle Rabosi, thank you so much. Next up, number 2 here from the Terror at Grimhaven. We have when our good buddy Balls went ahead and decided to possess the good old boy in the shop. This is before he met his end-all fate, but you see the red in his eyes, and this looks great. This piece here is by Bangarang Aliko. Looking great. Looking great. Thank you so much, Aliko.
Looks hilarious. Looks great, actually. Like, I love the reds.
Yeah. Yep. Next up, by Zodiac Eclipse,
Hey.
we got Gary Lou and our boy Kane.
Yeah.
I love the stitch work.
I'm just a happy undead man carrying his undead girlfriend who has the body of a man.
It's hard to tell the difference these days. It's been so long.
It's true. I've
Looks like her, though.
been under the water.
Girls
for a
are
while.
wearing their hair short, men are wearing their hair long. Who can tell anymore?
You've been dead for like 50 years.
I'm just a boring welder man looking for his lady.
But this is by Zodiac Eclipse, whose commissions are open. Thank you so much, Joanna. Next up, by Bryn Adrian, we have your horrific host, your Senator of Screams, and
Your Duke of Spoop.
yeah, your Duke of Spooks, Lanny Pator here.
Your Earl of Girlish Screams.
Ooh, all right, I like it.
Thank you kindly, Bryn Adrian. Next up, by Tyson Creever, we got the Wendigo meeting Balls.
Hey man, what you doing? You turned them in. That's hilarious. They're deer. People aren't deer. That's dumb. I love it.
Just wait till I tell you how they killed me.
It's really embarrassing.
They put on a colory picture show and filled my pockets with dynamite.
Burned me in my own dimension. Thank you so much, Tyson Creever. Next up, we got a triple threat here by MFS Arts for various comic book covers for the Terror at Grimhaven.
Ah.
Right here we have Kane's special edition cover.
Yeah.
Got
That's the cover I
yeah,
buy.
you got Mary Lou there floating in the corner, just looking at his lost innocence, and the screams of his victims. And next up we have Belzathoth special edition.
So cool.
Yeah, no, this looks great.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
amazing.
like the demon possession angle is just such a good way for like you got this man and then this thing looming behind it.
I had a lot of
always a
I had a
fun
lot of
visual.
fun coming up with the meat suit concept. I'm sad that you guys didn't roll high enough when you were searching the gun shack to find the claymore, because I was hoping he could like do a whole God is great on a group of people somewhere. Thank you again, MFS Arts. And last but not least, we have the good doctor, Dr. Theodore Sleen, the Reanimator.
Very nice.
Looking great.
Looking mean, green, and slean.
Yep. Flipping
Love
you
it.
off with his syringe there. That's great.
Yeah, loving it as always, MFS Arts. Thank you so much. Next up, by Neutral Raff, we got the Natural Wonders Sing,
The
Hey.
musical.
musical episode. I love the Cartoon Network-esque art here. It's looking great. I love that Mr. Big is on the screen, but his hat is covering most of his face.
Yep.
As
Or
is
Mr.
canon.
Large.
Yep.
Good
Mr.
stuff.
Large's face is always obscured.
Thank you very much, Neutral Raff, whose commissions are open.
Ooh.
Next up, here by Bangarang Iliko again, we got a crossover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Krillin running through. Welcome back, Krillers. Today on the Corpse Blog, we're exploring the Mantaruva.
That guy looks kind of familiar.
I love Ezra's face. Just
Yeah.
who got him here?
I love the faces in these in particular because they're.
I don't understand.
It's tough to see with the monitor we have here, but when I was going through them on Friday, Ezra's face on this one is quite
Yeah.
spectacular.
It's great. Thank you kindly, Bangarang. Next up, by Ziga Exeron, we got Nedra with the candy. Whee!
Post Halloween.
Yeah.
I want to do the. I wanted to do that. Like I'd love to see the whole Wake like pretends to eat all of Nedra's Halloween candy, like the Jimmy Kimmel thing. Only it'd probably end up with Wake getting beaten up. Oh, I ate all your candy. What? No. Nedra, yes.
She just call it a sparring match, but then
My candy. Yeah, that's how Wake forces a true sparring match. One where he might not make it out. This is sparring for keeps. Thank you kindly. Next up, by Forte SP89. Love this piece here. Very colorful. Lots going on. It seems to encase all of the arcs that we've been going through so far.
Oh, yeah.
As far as I've seen. Like we got Bennett Island.
this is the cover of the Wonders full series DVD box set, where it's just got everything.
And Wake looking very Goblin Slayer. I hate goblins! Goblins, I don't like them!
Scrung
Yeah,
sitting
this-
there feeling sad.
This is, you know what this is? This would be on the spine of the manga as you
Yes,
stack them
yeah,
together.
Yeah, there you go. This is what your shelf looks like when you put all of your Natural Wonders books in a row.
Thank you kindly, Forte SP.
Make sure to get that little scholastic buying guide and get the little Wonders bookends.
And do we have one? All right,
That's
that's
the last
it. Well, thank you all for joining us here. Oh, hi Tyler. How you doing?
I don't want to stand over there and we all have
That's fine.
chairs.
That's fine. You having a good time?
I am.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for helping us out. Tyler, everybody. Tyler.
Yay!
And of course, Ben for that amazing session. I've never really played this system before. I like it a lot. It's a fun system. It's very fun.
It took me a second to start picking up, like, oh, I need to be initiating what my roles are.
Yeah.
Like, this is not going to be like D&D where it's like, I want to do this. And you go, well, then you're going to have to give me this.
No, I'll be honest. I had a lot of fun with that whole escape sequence where it's like, fuck, what's going on?
No, that was really cool.
You took my recommendation for this setting, and this rules.
If
Yeah.
you want to pull up a microphone so that they can hear your...
Yeah. There we go.
I never really get to do this that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm actually really glad because Ben and I both listened to the Adventure Zone podcast and they introduced this system.
Ah, okay.
And I
Yeah.
planted that seed. I'm like, hey, let's try a new system.
Yeah,
Something different. And I loved it.
Yeah,
It
I
was
know
a
somebody in
blast.
chat was bringing it up last week too, which made
Yeah.
me think, because honestly, all I was planning to do, because I had to make this on the quick at a con.
Which is why I usually do like, I'll just homebrew something in 5e. It's an easy enough system to modify.
Yeah, like all I'd been planning to do was just like flip through the book, get an idea of the system, and then do like the pre-packaged, hey, here's baby's first adventure. And then it was a thing with like Oberon and child sacrifice and the Feywilds in England, and I'm like, that's cool. It's not really my style. Fuck it. I guess I'm making one.
It's so much fun to make your own shit. It's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
I
It
want to
totally
use this
is.
system and make a story about kids in like a junior high or something, and it's like not low stakes. It's like we're gonna prank the lunch ladies or something.
Nice. Let us know what you think. This again was Monster of the Week.
Yep, by Evil Hat Press. It's based on the Apocalypse World system,
Powered
which
by the Apocalypse, yeah.
yeah, which is also used for a
just
lot of.
It's just a 2d6 plus modifier system.
Yep, that's
Success
it.
or fail. That's
It's
all there is.
real cut and dry and simple for character creation.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
love it.
fun. Another one to look up. First time we've played a different RPG at the table.
Yeah.
And thank you for bringing it to us, Ben. And thank you all again for watching. And we'll see you next time at the table. Bye-bye.
Well,